Hey everybody, I'm Captain Tommy Scoville, and you are on the Lifeboat. I was watching another live feed right up until the bitter end when we were going live. I was trying to embarrass somebody, but it just didn't work. I hate that. I hate that when you're trying to embarrass somebody and there's no love.
Put that away.
I'm sorry?
Or it's us that'll be embarrassed.
I did.
Hey, how y'all doing?
It's my brother Johnny. He's also got a YouTube channel. If you never go to Chase the Heat, you probably ought to give it a shot. It's a spicy channel.
It's a spicy channel.
So here it kicks it off.
This is it.
The 24 hours of Scoville. Hey, Hunter Haas.
I've got a few of these, man, and I'll tell you what, there's something.
Hello, allergic to cats.
We got a lot of coffee. We're ready to go.
Welcome to the Lifeboat. Yeah, we've got everything we need. We have supplies for days, but we only got to make it one day. Carousel Delirium. Hello, good to see you. Thank you, anybody that's coming over from STS. That was awesome. That was a really fast. What was it, about an hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that. 2 hours, I think. It went by pretty quick though. 110 days sober. Grab that thing, would you?
You gotta be kidding. 110 days.
110 days sober. What's up, man? Tomorrow are all ones. It's 3 1s.
Bizzle's in the chat. Brandon Calloway, 110 days.
110 for Brandon, the official participation trophy of the Lifeboat. It is official on account of the fact that I say it's official. I watched a little Chase the Heat today and learned about peppers. You know what you should learn? To not eat peppers with this guy here. 7. That was, if I'm not mistaken, it was Lori T.
Lori T. You know, peppers are good for you.
Yeah.
For a lot of reasons.
Thank you, Lumen. And thank you for coming to watch.
There's a link between capsaicin and sobriety. So if nothing else, that is a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Thank you, Allergic to Cats. And I agree with you. Joel and Karen are fantastic. Squirrel will make an appearance, to be sure. She's up and about right now. She's tearing up the house. So it's just a matter of time.
Around.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time before she does the big appearance. So, but it's coming. Christy Caldwell, good to see you.
So we've got all kinds of things planned for the evening. We've got some movie trivia. We've got we did recently on the boat. We did a top 100 lines, and we were
film.
Was it 100 or was it 50?
No, it was the top 100. I think.
I was very unhappy with it.
You were not happy.
Not happy at all, and so we decided that we're going to do it over again. So
yeah,
there's some very cool things planned.
Check this out. Well, how do you like them apples? This is an awesome 2-piece in that I can read what everybody's saying 4 times larger, and I can see you. See, I can get rid of you too, and I mean
they don't know what you mean. See on our screen how we're looking at it, he just slid everything over so you can see his face on our, and you can't see me, which I don't care. I don't like seeing me.
Yeah.
The only videos I ever watch that I'm in are videos that somebody else, like I never sit around and watch my own videos ever. Creeps weird. I don't like it.
Mr. Wolf had a little Satan's blood this evening.
On the chicken? Yeah. Nope. Yeah, Satan's blood is piping hot. No 2 ways about it.
He seems expecting hotter. That's because you're a vicious chili head, bro.
Is this Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey?
It's close.
See what you did there.
I do see what you did there.
So,
you know what? I hated that film when it came out, and then as I got older and I look back, there's just so many nods to the.
I have it go the other way more often. Movies I liked, I see again. I'm like, really?
How can I increase the size of the YouTube font? I was told there would be nothing.
He has a touch screen, so you just kind of pull it in, and it kind of pulls the thing in. So I don't know how to do it on your like while you're watching YouTube.
I have a computer. I have a computer built for people who can't handle a computer. My laptop is like a giant smartphone, right? And you just do everything with your hands the same way, and it's probably not the.
I had an HP that was touchscreen. You know what? I think that it's a function that it doesn't have that it needs big time. A button you can push to disable the touchscreen. Because there are times where I don't.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
There isn't one. And the other thing that's weird is the plug had the way it worked is on the one I had was a teeny little like a needle, and the male part would slide over it. And I pulled out one day and it was broken, and I couldn't charge it again. And
That was the end of that.
That was
the
it.
wrap.
And it's not like a battery you can take out and put it. It was just the
Crazy Bumfeld. Good to see you.
Nick. Good to see you. Excuse me.
I'm sorry to hear about your eye surgery.
I screenshot everything myself. You know how many times for sauce videos I'll take a picture of the label and then zoom in so I can read it?
Mr. Wolf, you know what it is? Here's what it is. It's that when we hear our own voice, we hear the vibrations going up through our cheekbones.
We're feeling it, hearing it.
We're feeling it. We're hearing it. You're bombarded with it, right? So when you hear it, just record it. You don't get any of this.
It's linear. You aren't picking that up.
Correct. And that's why people go, oh, man, I don't.
I remember the first time I heard my voice. Oh, it was horrible. I'm not even sure. You were probably just like, you were little.
You know what?
too.
I don't know.
Freaked me out.
I think I remember the first time. It was one of those little cassette recorders.
Yeah. A little microphone looked like a.
Yep. It had a little thing on it so it would sit on the table at an angle.
That's the one. I remember hearing it and just being like,
Jesse Brown, good to see you.
you got to convince me to talk. I just didn't like the way I sounded. It was giving single syllable answers.
How
for a
about
while.
5,000 videos later? Are you over it? No, you're not.
No, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it at all. It's when I watch videos with you and me, I'm watching you bumming out about eating something. So that's why I watch it. Mr. Wolf, I was wondering why I sounded
Different in the video. Yeah.
Yeah. Where are we going?
I sound like a Tinker Bell Berry with the anger of it. What are you trying to do?
I always wondered why I sound different in video. Just never looked at the time to research it. Learn something new.
There you go. Well, it is the nugget of knowledge, section of the Lifeboat, and this is something we shoot for because it's just damn much fun. And I end up learning a bunch about you guys, and a bunch from you guys.
Another weird thing when you start a channel, this is the part you never even factored in. You didn't think this would happen.
No,
This
I didn't
connection.
No,
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. You don't think that you can get as close to people that you don't interact with physically. People you just interact with online before you can build some fairly serious relationships. 24 hours. Well, we're down to 23 hours.
We're good. We got plenty of time.
Just
getting started. Back's a little sore,
That's
but
what I'm saying, man. It's gonna be.
I'll pull a hammy here. You know what I mean?
No, you got to stretch out. You got to stretch out before they. Did I miss any updates about the doctor's appointment, Lady J? No. You didn't miss any updates. I did go to the doctor today. Had a very productive.
I've seen the doctor,
I had a very productive meeting with the doctor today,
and the doctor has seen me.
and the doctor has seen me.
That's a great lie.
I know that.
That's the first one.
I know that film.
We'll start keeping account.
Yeah.
Right here. How many movie references? That's number one. If you pick that up, please say so.
Give me the timestamp. What's the timestamp?
Right.
If we could actually pull that off, I just wouldn't be able to read anything. We're just shy of 9 minutes.
Don't even. Can I tell you something? Don't even look at that. Here's the truth.
No, that was for the timestamp right there. Come on.
No,
I'm not worried about that. If I make it to 8 p.m., I'll be surprised. I tend to sleep really early these days. Good for you, man. How good is that, Z-Dub?
Yeah, it's a comment I got.
Y'all ain't right. Yeah, we get that a lot.
When I was about 15, I decided it was time for my voice to change. I used the feedback thing. My mom taught me to really listen. I tried to pitch my voice downward. It sort of worked. Crazy Brumfield.
You know what? I've played with my voice over the years. I had a very, very pronounced New England accent, and I'm sure that you guys think I still do. But I mean, I had a really pronounced New England accent. And if you try to sell something from the front of the room, and you slip up and talk about coffee, nobody in the room's buying anything.
I still get people that will say you're from New York, right?
You're from
I get
New
that
York.
all the time. The other
Or
say
you're
it's
from Boston.
the attitude that you're picking up more than the accent.
Yeah, more than the accent. I get that a lot, or I get you're from
I
Boston.
ran phone rooms for a long time, and
If you got to lose that voice, you're
Boston
never gonna-
accent.
Yeah.
For a very long time, Ohio was the hot spot for telemarketing rooms.
Ohio?
Ohio has one of the most neutral accents.
Yeah.
That's what.
Piper Lynn says I'm starting to sound like Lucille Ball. Well, you got to be stoked about that. Lucille Ball is one of the coolest people.
Can I tell you something? She was also straight gorgeous when she was young. I mean, just smoking hot.
I think you have an English accent on the way that you say schedule.
Can we still do the accent she wants to know? Forget about it.
Forget about it. Especially, yeah. Wait till we get about 16 hours.
I was about to say, yeah, about 4 hours remaining. You'll see it.
You know what? Stop that crap. Stop that crap. You didn't let down anybody here. Let's never ever anybody say this ever again. And I love you, brother. I'm not picking on you. I really am not. But you did not let down captain or crew. And if you let yourself down, that's something that you got to figure out on your own. But it's part of this whole shuffle, bro. You have a disease, right? If you had collapsed because you didn't get the right amount of insulin, no one would be going freaking weakling,
right?
You weakling couldn't even process the sugar in your veins. You are weak,
unbelievable,
right? Or if it was lupus, right? Nobody would be going, man, handle yourself. But because our disease is so unique, and because our disease wreaks havoc on your emotions, you're actually sitting here right now feeling guilty, right? For letting down us? No, bro.
Nah.
You don't let down anybody here.
Most important thing is you're here.
Yeah, exactly.
The real letdown was, you know what? I know people have done this too. You'll open a drink and then you won't come to the next Lifeboat. Right, yeah, and that's what happens is, and the time when you need to, like every time, like growing up, even when I just had a bad day, nothing before you ever even got into the life, you had a bad day, you didn't want to talk to anybody. That's just how we all are.
Yeah.
And when those bad days happen, that's when you got to stop and make sure you are talking, because what ends up being is a habit. And the more bad days you have, you start isolating yourself off and you start throwing in a substance on top of that.
Forget about it. Yeah, forget about it. For real. But you're good, bro. You're good. And it really is part of this journey. We have a disease. Our brain tells us that our brain tells us this is the only option.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Wasn't it though?
Tommy, Johnny, are you two gentlemen single? Just gonna have an abusive relationship. I'm ready to let the cat out of the bag. You know what I mean? Bridget Wilson.
You've obviously never seen Squirrel. No, I'm not single. Squirrel runs this place. I'm allowed to live here.
Not either, but
unfortunately, at the moment, I can't eat pods until I get my top teeth sorted. All right, fair enough.
You know what the nice thing about that?
You got
is your tolerance drops. No, here's a fun thing. The fun thing, like my tolerance does this all the time. People don't realize that. They watch a video and they think that's how I always am.
Right.
Tolerances go up and down. It's just like a drug. So when you're eating peppers a lot, you're tolerant. At the end of the season, my tolerance is super high. The beginning of the season, it's really, really low. And I kind of like that because it hurts more. And well, I'm sorry. I just kind of like that more. It is what it is.
Lori T, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. God bless. Did you hear that? That's my brother. You know what's good though? If you take a little time off, your tolerance drops and then the pain's better. You get better pain. So when Johnny Scoville comes on and says, "Hi, I'm Johnny Scoville and I have issues." Oh yeah. He means he has issues. There's no mistaking the fact that.
You know what though? I'm wickedly honest about it. I've
got 4 chocolate ghosts and 2 giant habs in the fridge teasing me.
Ooh, chocolate ghosts are nice.
I'm not a fan of habaneros.
You know what you can do, Andrew? This is the truth. If you have trouble with your teeth, this is something. If you don't mind the texture, you can just pop those things in the freezer for a while, and take them right out of the freezer or right into your mouth. Because what happens is, 90% of the pepper is water weight. So when you freeze it, all the cells freeze. So when you thaw it out, the outside of the pepper, the outside is normally kind of tough to bite through. It just disintegrates. It becomes a mouthful of mush. It doesn't change the flavor at all. It does not change the heat, but the texture is not pleasant.
You know what he just did?
So if you have trouble with your teeth, I have people that don't have that and you can still get a chance to do your thing.
You just yank the carpet right out from underneath him. He's like, I got these things in the fridge, but I can't eat them. You know what I mean? Even as a chili,
they said they're teasing me. So if he hadn't said,
I'm always happy when there's something holding me up from burning the crap out of myself. But I'm not like you people. You know what I mean? I don't like pain. I really don't. I mean, I put up with it as well as the next guy, but I'm just really not. I'd rather not burn the crap out of myself if I could avoid it.
Isn't that weird?
Look, yeah, I want to tell you something. If you guys didn't see me over on Chase the Heat, this was last week, right? Cut this little piece of candy in half, right? And it's very gummy. Open the thing up like this and put what? One drop.
No, we put.
Well, I did two of them, but in each candy, there
Okay.
was one drop of this tincture. And I mean, a drop, like what you take out of an eye drop, right? How can that get into your body and do what it did to me? Because I was on the ground. I'm not kidding you. My knees were right here, like this. And Johnny Scoville came in and said, "Stand up and walk around. You're going to feel a lot better." Like I had the ability to actually straighten my
We were
legs.
driving today. He looks at me and goes, "Man, those cramps were no joke out of nowhere." You're still thinking about you had PTSD
I
from it.
did, man. That was a really, really rugged thing.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
popping back in and out is what you're supposed to do when somebody
just
goes
so
24
funny.
hours. You're good.
because we're gonna do that. I promise you, we'll be popping in and out.
Yeah, exactly. They'll be.
I mean, we'll
back
be
for breaks.
sitting here. No, I mean, we'll be here, but we may be going in and out after. Listen, I'm being serious now. You guys stick when you 16, 17 hours comes around.
Hold on, I
It's a
saw something
little
from. I
squirrely.
saw a question from Bizzle back here.
Oh, question.
How often do you use hot sauce on your food? I use hot sauce on my food. Like I don't put hot sauce on everything. Like if I'm eating Mexican food, I put hot sauce on it. There's anything that you can put hot sauce on, I do, right? But I don't put it on everything. I'm not like a one of those people that literally puts it on everything. You can laugh about it.
I know, right, Chad? I saw that. I was giggling.
But here's the thing: when I put hot sauce on, I'm not looking to burn the crap out of myself. Like my favorite hot sauces are not super hot. They really are not.
Like Chief, his was Tabasco green.
Yeah, that's my favorite, to be sure. Tabasco green's fantastic. But I do like heat. I guess I don't like heat for the sake of heat.
I like peppers. If I had a choice to choose, if I had to choose peppers or a sauce, I'd toss sauce away every time. I love peppers, man. I love peppers a lot.
Mr. Will.
Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. All right. Yeah, it's that. You know what? That's kind of a joke. I don't do that.
I know.
I think I've done it on like 2 videos, but just jokingly, pretty much. Out of the 5,000, I
don't say it a lot.
I don't want to say. Well, it's one thing to say, to be a YouTuber. You just don't want to sound like one.
Chula.
Cholula.
Yeah, the
Cholula's pretty good.
I like that stuff. That was one of the
Cholula
few
garlic.
I could get that, and I could get sriracha by
Sriracha's kind of a condiment, man, more than a sauce. It's like ketchup. And I'm not knocking it. It has nothing to do with the heat level. I'm just saying it.
No. I know
it's
what you're
far
saying.
more of a condiment.
You know the bottles that are about this big?
Oh yeah.
I can't you not. I went through one of those all week.
Well, I bet. I'm sure.
In prison. I did put.
You probably put on everything.
I put a hot sauce of some kind on virtually everything that they fed us, other than cereal.
Brother.
Yep. That's right. You heard it here.
Hanging with Ray Ray, you get up and move around every 5 minutes. That's the funniest thing in the whole world. Ray Ray, were you around for the last long ones I did? Because I sat like this, stared at the screen I got up to go to the bathroom, then came right back. I didn't take a break, and it was just me.
Trappy's hot sauce. I've not tried Trappy's. Have you?
Man, I'll tell you what, pretty sure. You know what? 5,000 videos. You know how many times someone has asked me and I said, no, I haven't. I go check and I have, but I forgot. I probably have.
I mean, there can't be too many hot sauces you haven't do.
Oh, there are. Remember Vic's place?
Yeah, Vic has.
Klinko's got 11,000. Man, Vic Klinko is a friend of mine in Tommy's.
He's got more bottles of hot sauce than I've got subscribers.
He has 11,000 bottles of hot sauce in his house.
That's just bizarre.
When you walk in, when you
bizarre.
see it, the reality show that I'm in, that's one of the episodes is we go and we view that thing. But I kid you not, it's like a museum.
Yeah, it's everywhere you look, right?
Yep.
Hello, I found you surviving the survivor. You regret? Okay. Yeah.
You are great.
Thank you. Congrats on changing your life. I appreciate that, Lisa Marie. That's very, very kind. Yeah, I've been super blessed. I really have. And I was blessed in prison to meet the right person that really that really helped me out, you know. And then when I got out, I was the lifeboat was the greatest idea I ever had. It by the way, this was not the idea that I had at all. Right? It was a different idea, but
That's how it always works.
Yeah.
You have your idea, then it sort of evolves and morphs into what it needs to be.
yeah.
Isn't that weird how that happens?
Well, it certainly happened.
What
Yeah,
did
go back
Bizzle
there.
just say? Bizzle said, hang on. I like the hurt. I don't like the pepper taste. But if I can't put hot sauce on it, I don't eat it.
Nice.
It's my brother.
Nice. He likes the hurt. I can appreciate that. I really
can
can.
too.
Not as much as this lunatic, but
Here's the thing. It just feels great.
here's my thing with the burn, right? I don't dig the burn and I don't dig the cramps. But when they stop, and I'm not being funny, like this isn't a punchline. It feels so good when it stops, kind of thing. I'm not being funny, it's not a punchline. But unlike other pains, when it does finally subside, because it doesn't really do the it's like 1 second it's there and then 1 second it's not, and you go, oh, you know, it's that moment of, oh, thank God, it's over.
He came in and goes, we can laugh about it now. And 15 minutes later, another wave came. Oh, I don't mean to laugh at you, but
Chili Phil
Listen,
says,
it's
I
pretty
can't
funny.
believe, there you go, check this out.
I'm at
Chili Phil says, I can't believe I'm at 98 amazing subscribers. You know what?
you know what that means.
If you got a wrench, go ahead and put his link up in the chat.
I was about to say, if you're at 98, we'll fix that in a quick hurry.
Let's punch that over 100.
Can I tell you something? Chili Phil, congratulations on that.
That's huge.
I started my channel October 19th, excuse me. And I hit 100 subscribers Christmas Eve that same year. So it took almost 3 months to get to 100,000.
That's pretty quick.
And I got to tell you something, but I was working my tail off. I did some of the stupidest stuff. I drank plutonium, tried to drink a case of hot sauce. I had 77 ounces or 77 grams, of chocolate bootleg flakes. Some of the dumbest stuff I did.
What the hell was the case of hot sauce? What made you?
You know what that
was
was
a good
just?
idea?
You know what? That was one of the. There's only been 2 challenges that I did where I knew before I ever even turned the camera on that it was going to go sideways, and that was one of them. He called me one day. He goes, "I got a challenge for you." I said, "What is it?" He goes, "How about a case of hot sauce?" I said, "How many is in a case?" I mean, it was 12. But I said, "How many is in a case?" Hoping maybe he has a weird case
Right.
that I don't know about.
Maybe there's a case you don't know about.
Exactly. So
Okay.
I said, "How many is in a case?" He goes, 12. I'm like, I was on the phone with him. So I'm like, I'll do it. So he sent me the case. It was Fear This, which is 63% Reaper. So of the 5 ounces, 63% of it's Reaper. It was just a very, it was awful.
How's that?
10 hours of cramps from the Pop-Tart. I feel your pain, Tommy. Probably not as bad as 13 but it hurt. I was begging God each way, please no more, please. Mr. Wolf, it's no joke, man. Cat cramps are the real deal.
They are the real deal. When I did the tube of terror and the bottle of tincture, Charlie Murphy, good to see you. When I did the tube of terror speed run, and then drank the bottle of tincture afterwards, I was telling him, we were talking about this nightmare earlier. I went into bed where I did it on a live show, so I couldn't bail. I couldn't do anything, right? So the show was over at about 10 o'clock. I got a vicious case of capsaicin cramps, absolutely vicious for about 45 minutes. I thought I was going to die. Then it went away, and I was really a rookie. I had eaten a few tubes of terrors.
You went.
I went, woo, got up, went in the kitchen, drank a little milk. You know what I mean? Like, oh, boy, that was bad.
We
And
can
then I-
laugh about it now.
And then I went upstairs and laid down and went like this and just folded in half. And I honestly remember looking at the door and going, I have to go to the hospital. This is the end of my life. Like, I made an error. This is really going to punch my ticket. Now, it wasn't. I wasn't in any danger, but I sure as hell believed I was. But I could not straighten my body out to get my.
And you know, I'm only laughing because it's happened to me so many. Like, if you
know, just honestly, I'm not trying to toot your horn because I don't even really like you. But 5 years in the last 5 or 6 years, how many days have you not had cat cramps?
a lot. I don't get them all the time. I've done 550 something. I've done 550 challenges. Of the challenges, I pretty much had cramps in most of them. So I had cramps in most of them, but some of them were just like the second time I drank the bottle of plutonium, I had it for 3 days. The first wave came in and parked for 16 hours and just didn't go anywhere. I swear to you, I was making God deals. First, I was like, you got to save me. Then I'm like, you got to kill me.
Right.
Forget saving me. You
Yeah,
gotta
I'm
take
good.
me out, man.
I'm good. I don't need to be saved.
It's been a good run.
Punch that ticket.
It's been a good run. I'm done.
LeBron, good to see you, man. Hey, this is not a known fact. This is an unknown fact. But when I was in the halfway house in Oakland, somebody brought in a bottle of plutonium. And of course, I'm Johnny Scoville's little brother. And I'm like, I'm not heating anything up and drinking that or doing anything. And the guy was like, how about just a matchstick? And I want to tell you something, bro.
Just a matchstick?
Yeah, I remember having a just completely different appreciation for that video you did, because we took a wooden matchstick and we shoved about a half of an inch of it in there and went like we were chalking up a pool cue until it was good and covered. And he was like, handed it to me, and I was like, how bad can I get burned on this? How much damage can it do inside or anything like that? And I just went threw it in the trash, and it destroyed me. And I didn't have any tolerance at all at that point.
Couple hours?
The cramps only lasted maybe an hour. I mean,
but the heat was just surreal,
but
right?
the heat was surreal. I had not done anything. I was still waiting on the tube,
right?
On the first tube of terror. So this buckled my knees. Like I was in there going, "You've got to be kidding! How is it possible that there's something this hot on Earth?"
I remember thinking that. Well, here's the thing: everybody watching, you have an idea of like when you think of hot, the highest you can imagine is just the hottest you had. Yeah, and I'm here to tell you, like, I don't care who you are. There's like
broadening that.
The first time it breaks past that ceiling and just goes shooting past it, that's when you have panic mode, because you're like, wait a minute, what is this?
And that really is. Look, if you've never been to Chili Head, if I could convey anything to you, that's the thing that I convey. Like being a skier, I've told the story on here where there was a guy that was trying to get a shot. We were doing a photo shoot, and he wanted us to jump the snow fence. And we went down and, we looked over the edge and no one had been there. So it was fresh powder, like a year's worth of it. It was absolutely gorgeous. But we built the jump, and you had to jump, 4 or 5 feet to clear this fence. So you had to bring your knees up to your chin. And as soon as I got over the top of it, I looked down and went, oh,
big problem.
Crap. Yeah, I was so high off the ground that it was the realization of I'm in so much trouble.
You're so committed. It's just,
there's no way to pull the trigger or do anything else. And
roll the windows.
Yeah, exactly. Woo, woo, woo. You start making noise or cursing.
Right.
But it's the same thing with I remember
when you land, your knees hit your chest so bad,
powder flies up. You're getting up off your butt, and people are like, you stuck that.
And then you can tell bad. If it's really bad, they're like, hey, you all right, man? Yeah. And then you got to throw a hand up even though you're dying.
Tap your ski poles or whatever. But that happened to me the first time I really went really, really heavy with heat. Like the hottest thing I had ever had was probably a habanero. So I get
habanero to plutonium. It's like 300,000 to 9 million.
Well, and when you hit that, when you get to that 9 million mark, whatever, you're used to a speedometer that stops at 70. And you go zipping by 70 and you're like, holy hell, right? And you get to 150 and it's still climbing and you're like, oh, this could kill you. I don't have the physique for this. I may have killed myself. I may have taken too much of this. And your body goes into a no BS panic. Like there's this, and I've watched so many people do it. There's nothing funny. You give somebody that first peanut off a tube of terror and watch them go start smoothing stuff out on the table, fixing things.
Get real busy.
Right? They start working their hands over, looking like their voice changes.
They clear their throat. Their eyes start getting glassy.
And then they look at you like you're the most evil person in the whole world. Dude, what the hell? I looked at you for the last hour. I told you this was the hottest thing on planet Earth.
Listen, we had a woman that we were at the Dallas Zest Fest. I was with Foy. And this woman comes in the morning and goes, what's the hottest thing you got? And I literally said to her, let's start small. She's like, why? What the hottest? I'm like, I'd like to sell you something.
Right.
And if I give you the hottest thing, you're going to leave.
I'm never going to see you again.
So we started small. Finally, she goes, what's the hottest thing you got? So I gave her, Foy. No, she gets to the second hottest, and she goes, your stuff, I would say.
What did you give her for the second hottest? A death nut or something?
Yeah, no, the second hottest was the Reaper peanuts, the wild.
Oh, yeah.
Which are still,
they'll get your attention.
But she says, she said something, and Foy goes, all right. So Foy took the tube of terror and gave her 2 nuts, and we gave them to her, and she ate the nuts, and she chewed them up, stood there, cleared her throat, blinked a few times. She was with a girlfriend of hers, turned around and went straight across the area we were in, right to the bathrooms. And they got busy. So I didn't think a thing of it needed with Foy. The next day, because it was a 2-day event. That was Saturday. Sunday, I'm working with Foy. We're getting ready in the morning, just taking stuff out and getting ready. And I see her coming in. I'm like, Oh boy, she looks mad.
She does not look
She's
happy.
not happy at all. She walks up and she threw a finger up.
Middle one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then she said some very colorful stuff. And I wish I could say it, but I can't.
Yeah.
But then she says, she looked at me, she goes, screw you guys. I had plans last night. I was going to dinner. He goes, I ate that peanut. I walked across this place. I went into the bathroom. I got into the stall. I took all of my clothes off, handed them under the stall to my girlfriend. I sat there for 2 hours. I went home. Then she went to the urgent care after that. She was so mad. I thought, she joked afterwards and bought another tube and, but people don't realize how dangerous. Like they're not dangerous. If you disrespect them, you can have an experience that makes you feel dangerous.
And if you don't know what's coming, like when I was at the,
that's why you don't prank anybody with it.
No, I would never.
And because it's on a peanut, it's wicked easy to prank somebody.
I would never do that. Honest to God, I never would. But I can't tell you how many times I've sat down and people have said, "Well, tell me about it. This is the hottest thing you are ever going to eat in your entire life." And I'm telling you right now, it's going to scare the hell out of you. It's going to buckle your knees. You're going to be angry at me for doing it. You tell them all this, and they go, "All right, let me try that." And then as soon as they eat it, they get angry at you. Everything you told them was going to happen. They're like, "Man, you're a dirtbag, dude. I told you exactly how bad this is going to be. I told you how long it was going to last. I told you you'd have cramps afterwards." When I was at the halfway house, you sent me 6 tubes, and they did a search of the rooms, and they take all 6 tubes of terror. And I go down there to the woman and I said, "Hey, what are you doing? Why are you these being confiscated?" And she goes, "Well, you can't have food in your room." And I go, "Well, that's not food. I promise you it's not." And she goes, "Well, that is the rule of the campus. You can't have any food in the room." And I said, "Could you tell me why that's a rule? Like, I'm not trying to be a jackass. I'm just curious. Why is that a rule?" And she goes, "Well, it has to do with ants." I said, "You ain't met an ant on planet Earth bad enough to try to take down one of these death nuts." I'm like, that ant doesn't exist, But I got her to give me 1 tube, or no, 2 tubes, because I said I have to do this video where I'm going to be eating 2 tubes of this. And then I called Johnny and said, "Send me another 6 tubes." Right. And I was going to try to hide it better than I did the first time around or whatever. But the punchline is, I knew a guy whose job it was to clean the office the next day. And he said to me, "Hey, man, I was vacuuming up those peanuts that you got. They were all over the floor of the office." And I go, "What makes you think they were my peanuts?" And he goes, "Well, they're this big." He's like, "And there were 2 tubes that were in the trash. And apparently they just figured they were all going to eat one." And like three or four of the employees down there went down, took the top off. All of them threw back a peanut. And I guess 2 of them went into, "I'm not woofing you" panic mode. Like that, my night's over. It's a wrap.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah. And had to run. But so when I did the first tube, the one that I videoed, the woman that ran the place said to me, "You can do it on one condition." I said, "What's that?" She goes, that I watch. I come down and watch it. And I got through that entire thing. I filmed it, but I did at about 4.5 minutes in, I did one of those, like everything in my body tried to come up, and I just did that. Yeah. And she looked at like the Antichrist, Okay, Biz says, "I'm gonna get what?"
I'm gonna get dark.
Okay.
Have you 2 ever really gotten a physical fight?
Yes.
You both are hard-headed, so I figured yes.
Several. Yeah. On his birthday once, we destroyed a car and a house.
2 cars.
Well, yeah, no, technically. The windows in one.
Yeah. A lot of mine, the window in yours.
It was a bad evening.
And then
yes, there was alcohol involved.
Then the bad one though was at the school that day.
Yeah, we broke a lot there too.
Broke a wall.
Yeah.
And a door too.
Did some damage.
Maybe a window or 2.
And a fist and a cheekbone.
We haven't
in a long time. We really get along.
Every time, I promise you, alcohol, I will own every one of those. I remember one of them. I said something I shouldn't. I own them all. I do. I own them all. Well, but here's what you need to know. I wasn't sober for any of them, though. I mean, I know you were. I know that. But most of the times, there's ever been a fracas where knuckles have been thrown. We've been side by side, sort of a thing.
Well, we went to a place that used to do what was called Power Hour, and it was 50 cents. Anything you wanted to drink, like you drink Remy Martin for 50 cents a drink, but you could only do it for 3 hours, and it was like $25 or something to get in at the door. But we had these VIP cards there that would get us in. But you go in with $30 in your pocket, and the amount of damage. So our drink back in the day was Long Island iced teas, and It was one of the only drinks there that they didn't bring to you in a cup because they were difficult to get that much booze in. So they would actually bring them in the tall glasses. And the fact that we even made it home to get in that fight was a miracle. That was back in the really stupid days. But yeah, we haven't in a really long time.
I can't see that happening again.
Hey, put up Rip up on the screen if you could. Rip says, I made a dinner with just a tiny bit of Reaper and Scorpion in it and gave my daughter cramps and almost sent my better half home from work after lunch.
Seeing the fridge overnight and being reheated made it hotter. I don't know if it does that. I don't think it's, it's just
I think a lot of times, we were talking about this the other day, though. I think a lot, we cook a lot. And sometimes the overnight you get things just mixed together better.
Yeah, marriage of the flavors.
Yeah, there's a marriage of the flavors. And I think sometimes the heat gets distributed a little better. Ultra Maggot!
Never been in a physical fight with my brother. A few times almost. He's 7 years younger than me. He's mad at me and I haven't talked to him in almost 2 weeks. Fix that.
You know what? Yeah,
Like
I remember
short,
that. It's sometimes it's hard, but
you
make the effort, if you can. Beautiful Thursday morning in Perth, Western Australia. See, she already knows how Thursday's going to be.
Yeah.
More importantly, she knows how Wednesday was.
My uncles beat each other with the turkey legs one Thanksgiving. I could never eat one again. Beaming 9.
I'm not going to lie to you. I think I kind of would like to see some.
I was just going to say, I'm not making light of it.
I'm not either.
If that's not, I've probably been seen in 100 movies.
Yeah.
You know what? There's very high tension, man. Tensions are high. Everybody's on edge.
What about Marvin Gaye? That was Thanksgiving.
Man, right?
Marvin Gaye's father shot him on Thanksgiving Day. We lost Marvin Gaye.
That's rough.
Christy Connell got into a fight with her brother. Christy's not a tall.
Almost got into a fight defending him too.
Well, that's good stuff. Keith Lego. This really a
Lego
marathon?
You bet it is.
If so, I'll see you fellers around.
You bet Lego. Good to see you, bro.
It's a case of false advertising. We're really doing a 24-minute live feed.
Right, we are just
running a little
late. We're giving you some bonus time right here.
Right? That's a lot of Scoville.
Those thugs can do some damage.
Yeah, no question. No question. Homemade ghost pepper salsa. No, see, I can't do anything with fungus in it.
Yeah, he's not a fungus dude. Now,
Marvin Gaye's dad shot him on Thanksgiving. That's right.
That is
yes, it is. It is right. If not, it was either the day before or the day, but it was right around then. Yes.
Yes, we kind of. You got it.
I read it that way.
Here's the crazy thing, Lady Lori T. Every one of us knew exactly what you meant, even though you typed it wrong. Isn't that weird?
Yeah. Lady J, mushrooms very well might be delicious. I like truffles, but they can kill me.
I used to like truffles. The last couple of times I've had them, didn't like them.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why.
Check out Enter the Heat Seekers channel. There you go. Thank you, 7. Can we push him over 100, please, people?
Yeah, let's do that. For real.
Pop over there. The first 100. If you've ever built a YouTube channel, the hardest thing to do in the world is that first 100.
That's the truth.
Yeah. All of the next milestones come easier than that one.
As long as you don't stop.
That helps.
Because people ask me, I get that question all, like, what's the key to having a good YouTube channel? I'm like, I don't know. If you can figure it out, let me know.
We'll sell that.
But you have to be having fun when you're making videos. If you're having fun making them, people typically have fun watching them. And a lot of content. You can't do them once in a while.
Look at this.
Let's see. I have twin boys who just turned 3, and they wrestled every day. Ben is always the instigator, and Jack tries to avoid it. Ben is so persistent, and Jack always gives in. It's hilarious to watch.
You know what? Now, it should probably be noted that kind of fighting we did always, constantly. It never stopped. But there was never any aggression.
Like anger behind it.
No, it was just...
He knocked me out that one time at the house. But we were boxing, just having fun. That was,
Yeah. Oh, we beat the crap out of each other on a pretty much daily basis. Just
not that the way we lived, like the skiing we did, the stuff we did was just.
Do you remember the Estes rocket that hit the lowest rung of the? It went. came back and came straight this
Right.
way. Now this is look, the people from PETA, before you start getting really, really angry at this story, I want you to keep in mind that the year was probably 1980, right? 1981. And I was just a small, young, degenerate, kid. But we lived in the sticks, and we allowed our neighbor to put a bunch of cattle on our property. And
Which story is this?
I had an Estes rocket, right?
Oh,
that you would, those
jeez.
rockets that you would launch up into the air and they'd go up 4,000 feet or 10,000
Sure.
feet, depending on the rocket. Sure.
All right.
So I get in the ditch by the
I
side of the
remember it
road.
well.
And the idea was this: I was going to take this rocket and I was going to lay it down basically right at road level. And I was going to fire it at a cow. Now, I'll admit this is not a particularly good idea, but I wasn't particularly, good ideas were not what I was known for at this juncture of my life. I was kind of known for just being that kid. There were some Joe Dirt qualities to the kind of stuff we did as kids. There was certainly a Joe Dirt flavor to it. But I had a friend over at the time, Whittam. And my brother and I are all in this ditch by the side of the road. And I go, so I get it all queued up and ready, and it's looking right at this cow. And I go, you guys ready? You ready? All right, on 3. 1, 2, 3. And I put the little key in and I turn it and I press the button. And of course, nothing happens because that's just always how it is with this damn rocket. So you got to go check all the little things. And you have to continue to do this until you're so convinced there's no chance it's going to launch. Then it does and scares the living crap out of you. But I launched this thing and it has 3 fins at the bottom, like most rockets.
Did it hit
want
the
to.
fence? It
It
hit the fence.
So that fin hit the bottom part of the fence.
It's altered the
came-
trajectory.
It came straight, basically did this one and came straight back and fired at us. And we went, ooh, it started to run. There's no off button on these, right? The way that these things work is
They're going
the
to go.
solid
There's
rocket
guts.
propellant.
There's guts.
Yeah, burns
No one knows
until
where
it
they're going.
burns out. And it's going like this into the ground, right? And it hits, and the whole time it's doing it, it's just throwing molten slag all over the 3 of us. And I had to walk into my house like this to my mother, just covered in burns from this rocket. Yeah, these were the.
How many times sitting up on the upper deck, on the upper lawn, the 3 would? How far is that cow?
We would hit buckets of golf balls out at the cows. Now, you don't
Never
know,
hit them. I mean,
I shouldn't say never.
never hit them.
Vermont, Pomfret. No, I very distinctly remember. But look, again, as stupid is as stupid does. My brother says to me one day, I'm going to go out into the field. I think I could catch one of these. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
So I dropped about 4 or 5 golf balls and took a 3-wood.
Yeah, I'm like 200 yards out, 240 yards out.
A good, clean, a couple of 100 yards out. And I'm not trying to see how far I can pound it, but I'm trying to cut it in there so it kind of goes up high because the idea is that Johnny's going to catch this thing. And he did. He actually caught one of them, but had a horrific mark on his hand. He was a good athlete. The idea was he was going to try to cradle it in. It didn't work out.
That was a quarter mile up in the airplane. It was a Titanic
The
shot.
idea of trying to catch a golf ball is the dumbest thing in the whole world.
It was amazing, though. If they had only had cameras back then,
I think about that every day.
with stupid
The
stuff. that we've done.
absolutely ridiculous stuff. I tried to do to jump this gap on skis in Utah, and nowadays there's a guy with a laptop, and he's measuring distances, and they're using all of this computer stuff, and they're like, "Well, you can bring that 35 miles an hour into the jump, right?" We were out there going like this.
Can you see the landing?
Yeah, build the
We're
lip up
good.
about another foot. We should be good on this thing. But with the gap, the idea is usually you come in with a ton of speed and you're jumping way, way, way up in the air, but you're landing so much above where you started at
It's not much of a jump.
that there's no
step
real
up.
compression. But I ran into the side of this thing like Wile E. Coyote. Like I came in as fast as I could, and instead of coming up to the top, I just went right into the side of it. I mean, like Wile E. Coyote. Skis came off, everything. I just sort of fell back, and I had that one on film.
You know what? I know that. Like, I'm scared of the concussions I've had. It gives me the willies.
I don't like talking.
I've had so many.
No.
Like not that I think I have, but a doctor goes, "Dude, you got to concuss. I mean, you're concussed." I've had so many.
And then the first one you had was so bad.
I didn't want to think about it.
So you brought it up,
I
Jack
don't
Wagon,
know why
and
I
then
did
you
that.
tell me that Uncle
Bull cow.
Uncle Bull Cow. Oh boy!
Good to see you, bull cow. Some peppers on the way.
See?
What do you mean see?
See the way you did it though?
The bull cow's here. I forgot to mention, and here he is. So it made me think of him.
You guys can run it back. I can't. Run it back and watch him go like this.
Yeah.
Watch
No,
it.
did.
No, I know you, bro. Right now, there are people running that
It
back.
sounds
Going,
like you went.
holy crap.
It's like you went to like the Big Al school of what to say in the video. See, what do you mean? See, I haven't done anything.
They go back and watch it. They're going to see it. You see that in that moment of realization where he's like, I'm going to burn the crap out of Tommy. That's it. That's the look. And you go like this. Oh, yeah, there's some peppers on the way. You get this happy grin, feces eating grin on your face.
Billy Chappell just pitched a perfect game.
Really?
Good on you. He must be psyched.
You see what Lene wrote?
Yep. Did a baseball
I dug my key into the side of his pretty little souped up four-wheel drive, right?
Yep.
She carved his name into his leather seats. I actually thought this was a 24-hour show.
Oh, this is.
Charged my phone and moved the charger. This is a 24. What do you mean? Did you cancel?
We are almost 1 hour into it. We've got about a little over 23 hours left. Annie, we're good to go.
No, this is a 24-hour show, love. It really is. We that's why we didn't start at 5. I had to do a show earlier, which I did on a great show called Surviving the Survivor. Did you see what I did there?
It is.
I did that.
Yeah, backed up.
Called Surviving the Survivor. Great show. Great host.
I actually felt
good
it before
guests.
you did it. I knew it was coming.
Yeah,
I kid you not.
No, I believe that. Sad but true.
It was going to help you. I figured I'd let you go with it.
So I did 2 hours, which is really kind of unique. If you think about this, people, I'm really going to be doing 26 hours. Giggity.
Here's the deal, though.
I'll never look at Carrie Underwood the same way again.
You're not doing it by yourself. You're somebody shouldering it with you. When I did the 26, of the 5 I did, 4 of them were 26 hours long.
That's insane.
By my onesie.
By my onesie.
It was insane. How many siblings do you fellas have? Moni69 asks. We have an older sister and a younger sister. That'll be it.
Yeah, there's a couple more of us. Lord Kiss
Freak. It is about 250. Don't spend it all. Thank you so much for being here, and thanks for being a part of this, man. It wouldn't be
you
the
know
same
what? It
without
would
you.
not be the same without it. Lord Kiss Freak, you're a stud.
You know, it's funny. There's a lot of people here that are may not be familiar with my channel, but there's a lot of you guys that are. So thank you for the love and support. It means a lot. I mean it.
Sorry, people. This is
an
actual 5. This is an actual 5.
What are you going to say?
Sorry. You know what? I'm not sorry. I don't know why I'm saying that. This is what we do here on the Lifeboat. And this is literally somebody that is a member of my 5, and I'm just making sure that they're.
Love both your brothers. Thank you, Lord Kiss Freak. A lot of really amazing people here. Bizzle says you love you both.
Good.
Bizzle,
Good.
I'll tell you what.
I'm
Bizzle's
really
a
a
great
hell
guy.
of a lot of fun.
Is it the 17th or 19th?
You're gonna make me
Bizzle, 17th or 19th.
Biz, yeah. Help me out. Yeah.
Biz is going to be an interview.
Okay, listen to this.
Right here.
Not
over
if
there.
you've never seen the interview that I did with, thank you. I love it.
You're awesome.
I really do. Thank you so much. If you've never seen the interview that I did with Lord Kiss Freak, you need to, honestly. It's one of there was a moment in there, honestly, that I think is
the 17th for Bizzle.
Thanks. The 17th. It was one of the most defining, the early on days of the Lifeboat. It was one of those defining moments where, this is a guy that had been in some trouble for selling drugs. And at the very end said, I just want to apologize to the people that I sold drugs to. And it was freaking amazing. It really was. Oh, it was happy as hell. And it was a moment that it was the first time that people freaked out on the channel. It was like the first time that honestly, like I woke up the next day and went, there's 27 freaking emails. Like, just holy hell, look at all of the people that are writing. And yeah, that was a really special moment. Oh yeah, Johnny,
you bet.
Interview. You and I have watched it together.
Yeah, probably twice.
Yeah, but definitely more than once. Yeah, that's one of my favorite Lifeboat.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Mark
so Bizzle, we won't say what the celebration. It's what it marks. It marks a date on the 17th.
Do you know what's odd though is that most dates do mark a date. We're not even 2 hours in, and he's getting this way. You got any idea what we're going to be looking at 16, 17?
Well, here's the thing. On my channel, people, well, you guys know him. He's the same way. On my channel, people would keep a notepad, and I'd start wandering off somewhere. They'd lose they'd type in where I was.
Wait a second. You just said you know how he is. What would that mean?
Do you want me to say it?
You're saying I can't stay on point.
I have a bike. What are you talking about? I'm just saying, dude.
Got a bike.
I'm
Is
just
it a red
saying.
one?
It's a red one.
'Cause I had a red one once.
I'm just saying, man. I'm not knocking you. It's like we're wired the same
You know
way.
who else had a red bike once? You suck. You know, here's the deal though, and I know you guys because honestly I don't even like any of you, but you're all onto the ADHD thing. This morning they were like, you know what we're going to talk about? No, I'll tell you what we're going to talk about. No, because you guys know that if you throw out the right thing, you're like, this is a Tommy thing. I'll throw out like television shows from 1985. This will be a wrap. We don't have to listen to whatever he really thinks he's going to talk about tonight. I'm on to you guys. It's all
Right.
good though. It's all good. We're friends. There you go. He's going to take the late night shift from moderators. That's good because I will be busy late night. Got a lot big plans. Big plans later. Going to be.
We actually have some stuff written down, people.
He wouldn't say it
If it wasn't true,
unless he was absolutely sure.
I can get away with it.
That's always a pretty
CK, is this really 24 hours? No, more like 23:50.
Yeah, if you had gotten here on time,
23 hours.
it
and
would have
50.
been a 24-hour show. However, one dude made a 24th drumming what? All the way down. Bottom.
24
I'm
hours.
sorry,
He did a
excuse me?
stream where he drummed for 24 hours.
Is that true?
Yeah, I mean,
Boy, the crap we're getting ready to pull seems pretty easy, doesn't it? We
really
just got to hear
does.
talk. I can get up and go to the John.
You know
Did
what?
the
Where's
drum
your
guy?
heart?
How did the drum guy go to the John?
Where's your heart?
My blues harp?
Yeah, I'll get my guitar. You get see, and where's my guitar? We've been talking about doing a karaoke.
Oh, I don't know. I don't.
Okay.
Okay. No, I'm kidding.
Slumber party.
Maybe
on the
when it
Lifeboat,
gets
ladies and
yeah,
gentlemen.
slumber party on the lifeboat. Funny you say that because I've got some wicked cool pajamas laid out for a little later.
Calvin Klein.
Pajama
or
kind of
mine.
guy. You got Calvin Klein?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll be damned. CK. Mine is going to come as a shock to you. Have a polo guy on.
Go figure.
Yep. In fact, I think I may own every pair of polo sleep pants that they make. I got a big collection of polo sleep.
Oh, so hold on a minute. Is this big plans for you guys? Start eating candy corn with Vegemite.
Here's the deal on the candy corn. Hold on. I kid you not. Stop.
Hanging with the right way said that. No, don't get the candy corn.
No.
Sucks.
Check this out. Check this out. This happened. This is the third time I've done this now. This, people, is the last piece of candy corn of the season. And hard.
Forget about
I'm
the brutal.
a fan of this stuff, and I don't like it this time of year.
Because
It
you're
gets
eating.
hard
You're
so
eating.
fast.
So disgusting.
Love it.
It's one rung up on the left from eating a glass candy, one of those glass blown candies that tease you when you're a little kid. You're like, oh wow, you grab it, it was just a piece of glass.
Oh, I don't know those.
Yeah, well, I do. It's decoration.
Hey, Lord
man.
Kiss Freak, I love you, bro. I really do, but I'll have you thrown out. I'm not doing any Vegemite. This was about 24 hours.
Here's
Is
the
that
deal,
not enough
though.
torture?
Listen, he makes a point, man. I think we
Yeah. I mean, it's not enough torture? You need me to go vomit up some Vegemite for your entertainment? Because it's going to make me ski. I'm going to do that kind of noise. You don't
and
want
is that that's what that's really what we're looking for here. Come on, that's success. When you start gagging, that's when the that's gold right there.
Yeah. The cultivated yeast from down under somewhere. Oh, you know from down under.
Oh yeah.
Down from under. Here with all of you. Good. I'm glad that you're here. Lady.
You see, Kelly's with me. Sugar coated wax, man.
I don't know what sugar coated wax. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Honestly, let me just be really honest. What is there? 82 of people watching. If you were a kid trick or treating and you stopped at a house and they put some stuff in your bag or whatever, and you walked away and it was candy corn. if you were stoked about that, come on, nobody was. Everybody was the same way. You're like, you're kidding me. Candy corn. If you had that, if you get that or M&Ms or Reese's peanut butter cup.
Can I tell you something?
Even Whoppers.
Can I tell you something?
What?
Man? I'm tired of you picking on my candy, man.
It sucks, man.
No,
It's
yeah,
not
but
me. Everybody
you've been doing this crap since September.
Been
I
doing
gotta
it since
put up with this.
82.
I got to put
What
up
are you
with this
talking
2
about?
months of freaking a year. Every
Then
single year.
eat them one night. It's not like a seasonal thing. It's a nightly thing.
No, it's not. It's a freaking seasonal thing. You eat them September and October.
I will say though,
Did someone say veggie might gusher? Chad, you can. You know what? You
Chad,
guys
you
can
know what?
all sort of gather in the back and then.
you know what, Chad? I got some Vegemite. You have to try it next time you're here. I
He just
love
smiled
Vegemite.
and gave me a Vegemite sandwich.
I love Vegemite, man. And you know what? Boville's pretty good too. Bovril.
Oh, it's just another foul thing. Like you literally seek out foulness everywhere you go. Who walks into a place and is like, "Hey, where do you keep the disgusting stuff?" Seriously, you got anything that's been on the shelf for 6 years? Do you have stuff that people walk by and go, "Damn," because I want 2 of those?
I knew before I go to the Asian shop, I walk up and I said, "Do you have stuff here that your average American would think is really disgusting?"
That's what you said to the place that I went with you. He walked in, he's like, "Got anything here that's just kind of foul, like people just don't want to buy?" How's that for your icebreaker? Hey, where's the stuff that makes you gag? I mean, that's not
Tommy,
real.
haven't you heard candy corn's been discontinued? Yeah, just until October of next year, and they'll do it again.
I don't like any of you. Why must you all pick on me? I enjoy candy corn. It's a tasty thing, especially if you get it fresh when your teeth just sink into it like butter. I'll have a super glue. I'd have to super glue my bridge back in. Tommy, what show did you do earlier? Wait, I did a show earlier.
Oh yeah,
Wait, they had one.
surviving.
Oh, Surviving the Survivor is the name of the show, and one of my ultra talented wrenches are going to put a link up to that show that I did.
Oh hey, you know what?
Surviving the Survivor. Can I get a witness? Can I get one of my wrenches to throw up a link to? Hey, Brock Bandy.
Brock Bandy.
You know who Brock Bandy
I
is.
sure do. Brock is awesome.
Wow.
I ate hot stuff with Brock in where were we? Ohio? Where was that?
Got.
No. Matter of fact, he ate some C3. He got burned.
Do you know what? I honest to God just burped pepper. Where did I get? What did we eat? How's that possible? When's the last time I ate something hot?
You had we had chili. Did you have some chili?
Oh, yeah, that was no. You know what it was? I was going to say something.
The egg salad with the
I was
jalapeno?
No, I was going to say something bad. But I didn't. No, didn't I taste a
Settle down. Rutland.
Rutland? I'm sorry.
Cemetery got a ranch.
Can I get a
Cincinnati. Yeah, we were in
witness?
Cincinnati. It was a good time.
Can I get a witness?
Right before, I can't remember, it was right before Brock came up or right after. This guy comes up, street clothes, goes, "Yeah, I'm a cop." So he says, there's nothing here that's hot enough. Your wagon. Now, normally when
Of
somebody,
all the people, on
listen,
the planet,
normally
I'd like to
when
give
normally when somebody comes up and they say, "I want the hottest thing you got," we kind of stair step them up. You want to start off slow.
Yeah.
We didn't start off slow.
Not so much.
No, I gave like 3 or 4 of the C3, and C3 are freeze dried Skittles that are just absolutely coated a couple times with 7-pot Primo powder, and that's it.
By
Nothing else.
Skittle, you mean Skittles?
Yeah.
Like the candy.
But they're freeze dried. Yeah, they're crunchy. It's the weirdest thing in the
Okay.
whole world. But anyway, we gave this to him, and he did the and they did the double blank, and then he walked off.
Kelly.
Those candy hearts that taste a bit like
The
Pepto.
chocolate covered candy.
He came back.
hearts.
He came back after, and he was in the bathroom. His eyes are just blown. His face is red. He walks up and goes, "You got me, Tater." And I gave him a fist bump, and he turned around and walked off. I had such joy out of that one, though. I was in Oxford. This is the last time we were there. And I'm with Christina, the girl in charge of our shipping and handling.
Mhm.
And Danny was always wearing the rainbow hat. He's hilarious. Anyway, we're sitting there at the thing. We're giving people samples, and this woman comes up. She's got 2 friends with her, and she's looking at me like just sitting right in front of me. And she starts off small. Says she's a real chili head. We start feeding her, and she gets up to the hottest thing. She goes, "I want to try the hottest." So I said, "Okay." She's handling like a champ. I couldn't believe it. So I give her some 2 potato pans, and as I turn this way, Christina goes, "Johnny." I said, "What?" The woman said, she turns to the side. It was like the cartoons. She looks this way completely normal. This way, she is pregnant out to there.
Oh my
She is
God.
like 9 months pregnant. But when she was this way, you couldn't see it at all, right? So when she turned aside, it looked like a Family Guy thing where somebody turns aside, you can see how big their head is. She turned aside. I said, "You're pregnant." She goes, "So?" I said, "So? What are you eating this stuff for?" She goes, "I always eat hot stuff." She walked around. I'm like, I'm going to follow her around for a while. I followed her just because I want to make sure she was fine.
Man.
But it scared me to death, man.
I'm afraid hearing about it.
Right? It was shocking.
I'm not joking.
When she turned aside and I saw it, I was just like, you got to be kidding me. Why would you eat this?
Peeps are freaking awesome. See, nobody knows anything. Good and
Oh,
plenty
you know
rock.
what? Peeps. I thought those.
But they're the things you put in the microwave and they get bigger. You get them every Easter.
If you got to do something to your candy, you got to bug candy, dude.
No, you don't have to. I'm saying you can put them in.
Isn't that the?
Well, you don't
stuff
have
that
to
looks
freaking
like the insulation is yellow. The insulation you put is that the same thing?
Yeah,
and that's good.
I prefer it microwave, but yeah, I like these. Puts hair on the baby's chest. There you go. See that?
Inducing labor
or
Ian
the
says.
Baby's teeth.
Speaking of inducing labor, we have a niece.
You know what? We have a niece that we have. How many people in our family?
3 right now. Or
We
no,
have-
is it 2 or 3? 2 are close. 1 is like happening right now, like in the process.
Absolutely no two ways about it. Peeps, candy corn of Easter. You know what? The candy corn of Easter. That's just a rotten thing to say.
No,
I'm disappointed.
No.
Hello, Don Shackelford normally Don Shackelford is of the replay crew. Good to see you here live.
You know, for quite a stretch, Rusty Shackelford was one of my aliases.
Rusty Shackelford?
Oh, yeah.
I like it.
Oh, yeah, it was good.
Yep.
And sometimes people would catch on like, I'm sorry, what? What did you say? I just leave. It works good. How are the Scoville brothers doing this evening? Joel Lawson asks. Good to see you, Joel. I can't wait for this to be about 20 hours in and y'all are both loopy.
Yeah, no question. It's gonna get.
I didn't get the best sleep last night.
Popcorn ball.
Awesome. Yeah. The Needhams.
Mrs. Needham.
God rest her soul. She dead?
Oh, what do you think, bro? She was 85 when we were 4. I mean, she was not a young woman when she was giving out the popcorn ball.
I didn't see. I thought she was like.
You think people just stop where they're at as you get older? How
no, I saw her.
Johnny.
No, she had kids that were a little younger than us.
She had kids a little.
Not a lot.
A little younger than us.
Yeah.
So Johnny's burnt. I don't know if it's the peppers. It's all the pot he smoked. Seriously, the years of abuse to his body and brain.
She's got to be around still. She is. She's making.
What did her husband do
popcorn balls somewhere.
What
was her insurance? I don't know. I don't remember.
No, he was the post.
Oh, right, he was. I forgot.
He was the only postman in our entire town.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, how old do you think he was?
105.
About 105 in 1980. But you think she might be around?
By the way, anyone ever read horns? Read horns? Tommy, you're a voracious
I think
reader.
I might have smoked one once. I don't even know what that means. Read horns? You ever read horns? Is that like tea leaves, or is that an author's name? Or I don't. I'm not a. I miss marathon bars. I don't remember a marathon.
Oh, I do. A long number. Look like a braid, chocolate, caramel.
Really?
Is that what it looks like? Maybe not.
You came out the gate hot.
I know, right?
You came out sure what the hell you were talking about.
I think I'm right. If it's the marathon bar, it looks like a little weave of caramel that was dunked in chocolate.
He goes, "Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's that chocolate thing comes out there, weaves like caramel." I have no idea. You really came out hot, like you knew what you were talking about. They're on to you already, though. This guy's full of crap,
right?
Stephen King's son. See, I had no idea.
Yeah, it was a braid. SG. Man, I'll tell you what. Don't ever listen to me. Don't ever do that.
Was the listen to me necessary, tough guy? What was that? Hey, listen to me, man. Slap the taste out your mouth.
A big bag of Rural King Circus.
I've had chocolate covered mealworms. Can I ask you a personal question? Do you do drugs, inappropriate heifer?
Danny?
And if not, why did you do chocolate covered mealworms? I mean, look, if I was going to eat a mealworm, I'd cover it in chocolate. Don't get it.
Was it dark chocolate or milk chocolate? And that matters.
Does it now?
Oh yeah.
To you?
To everybody.
Better than me.
Sure it does.
Nay.
What do you like better, dark chocolate or milk chocolate?
I think I prefer dark.
Then you'd rather have your, mealworm in dark chocolate.
Well, but here's the thing. I don't know. That's a good one. I love anything by Oscar Wilde. I really do. I love Oscar Wilde. Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken.
It's pretty deep. It's a reframe, is what that is. Very
dare
simple
you.
reframe.
I don't even know what that means.
Stop it. White chocolate covered bugs of any kind. There are so many better things to put chocolate on. I have a jar of man, what do they call these things? Chopoline? Chopoline. Hey, is there anybody in the chat knows if that's the right word? I seem to roll. I'm on a roll lately. Chopoline, I think is what it is. I have lemon vinegar chopoline. So what they are is a little freeze-dried cricket. The wings are gone, and every once in a while you'll catch a leg, and it's a drag.
I'm sorry. The wings are gone?
Yeah, there's no wings on them anymore.
Crickets have wings? When the hell did a cricket have a wing? They got the big legs.
Don't they have wings too?
No.
Is it because they take them off?
They can't. They carry a
violin.
Yeah.
They tuck it under their wing though.
No.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they have
Crickets
wings.
have wings?
Yeah,
No,
man.
then they would fly. They wouldn't have to jump.
They can fly, you knucklehead. What the hell's wrong with you? Hold on. Crickets have wings? I hope they do.
Boy, if they don't, you don't know
Oh,
the crap
man.
I'm going to give you if you're
All right, so
around.
hold
this
on.
one. You better be.
I'm telling you. Do crickets have wings?
What kind of default crap was that? That's what you're going with? You're just
Listen
gonna
to
ask?
me.
We don't even know who's answering now.
You know what? Adult crickets have wings. They use them to make that chirping sound. That is their fiddle.
No, I've watched the
No.
cartoons. It's a freaking.
Depending on the species and the environment they live, most crickets typically live approximately 6 weeks once they reach their adult age. See, there they are. Look, that's what they look like too.
Where
Take
are
the legs
wings?
off.
That's just a leg.
If you take the legs off right there and you cut the head off and pull the legs off and just have that body part, that's what I have a jar of them.
Well, that just tastes freaking great.
No, but here's what they taste like. You ready?
Crickets.
They taste just like a lemon vinegar corn nut that's not quite as crunchy.
Crickets do not have wings. I live in the country. Cindy Plumley. Question answered. I'm with you, Cindy.
Well,
I don't give a crap what you ask the phone. The phone doesn't know squat. I've never trusted the phone anyway.
I have a bad relationship.
That look between
with
you all when they have wings or not. The convo started priceless. Yeah,
listen. What do you think of locust? You think they go out and buy wings for the trip? They turn into locusts. You think they just grow wings overnight? They have wings, man.
Look at this. Look at this. See, these are the kinds of people.
Y'all should kill some time by playing Never Have I Ever with hot sauce shots.
You got any idea how hard it is to do Never Have I Ever with us? We're not bright.
It's like working with Quagmire.
Yeah. I have an excellent idea.
Does a cat attempt to play with Johnny's beard? No, Tommy Birdie does. She doesn't, but she loves me. So
no, she's pretty fond of him actually, which is kind of weird. But
why is that weird?
Because she doesn't like anybody.
Yeah, but I'm essentially you. So
yeah, I mean, she really does treat you very much like she treats me. If I sprayed it with catnip, I could probably get her to do it though.
Boy, the strain, whatever strain of catnip you got recently, it's just been. Boy, she's been hitting it a little more frequently too.
Wait a sec. What does that say? Goat, turquoise, white horns. Goat, turquoise, white horns.
There you have it. You need an explanation. You need an explanation for that.
By the land of Canaanites.
Johnny, the Chili Cherry Nightmare took 2 weeks to finish. Safe to say, I didn't complete the challenge. Said Hunter Haas. You know what though? Here's a problem with that. I'm never going to do another chocolate challenge again. I don't like them.
See, I thought
something happens in your
stomach had wings at full growth, not crickets. Because crickets are carrying a freaking
fiddle
violin, yeah. And they're there so that you know why they're important, right?
Yeah.
So that when you tell a joke that's so freaking bad,
you can whip it out.
They do that cricket noise.
Yeah,
like your joke.
You remember you were a kid, you were little. I don't know if you're going to remember this. We did a vacation down in Florida, and there was some strange bug thing going on. There was some sort of strange, like next to like a revelation sort of infestation.
Right, but in a swinger kind of way.
They were sweeping them up with a broom. When I tell you there was a pile of 3 feet tall of these that they were just pushing, I'm not even making it.
And each of them were doing the nasty. right? Like every bug in the entire state was having
But here's the
sex.
thing: there were so many that you could smell rotting.
They were hitting your windshield, so that at every gas station there were people pulled over to buy windshield wiper stuff. Did you read that comment? Read that out loud for me.
Your mom must be a saint. You two must have been double trouble when you were young. It certainly shows now.
No.
It shows now?
We're Shaw.
Listen, we have our act together so well right now.
Right, you rob a few banks. That sounds like a horror movie. It was very much like a horror movie.
You know what, though? Going back to what she said, mom is a saint.
Palmettos. They're palmetto bugs. That's what they
At
were.
churching up a cockroach, whatever, man.
But that's what we were flying into. And then they were mating. It was mating season. So they fly kind of connected. You know what I mean?
That was crazy, though.
I agree. Mama Scoville and Papa Scoville. Yeah,
I remember one time telling her, I'm going out, and she said, "You're not." I remember picking her up, moving her, putting her down, and walking out the door.
Yeah.
And then she said to me freshman year, we're going to. She goes, "I forbid you to join a fraternity house," which I heard that. I was like, "You better not just join one, but make sure you get one quickly."
In the next 2 or 3 minutes.
And then I got back for the next year. She said, "I forbid you to live in one," and
you moved in within 3 minutes.
I did.
Yeah.
So lesson.
Don't forbid anything.
Forbid is a bad word.
It's not a good word.
Not, man.
So if you're smeared, character cannot be developed in ease and quiet. Boy, those things are a pain in the keister, aren't they?
All right. Only through experience and of trial and suffering can the soul be strengthened, ambition inspired, and success achieved. Helen Keller. Do something.
That was Helen Keller?
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Nick. You're a rock star, dude. Thank you so much, man. Have you guys tried beef bile?
I'm not going to lie to you. That sounds rugged.
It does, doesn't it? It sounds acidic and
yellow and acidy. I've gaffed up a lot of bile in my life. I have not. I'm willing to try it though. Is it gonna be one of those things that makes the cool sound? Am I gonna be doing the that number?
Yeah, the last time we did the fish, at one point I got sick. And the second you saw me drink it, you got just.
Yeah, but you did that on purpose because you doubled up. If
all right,
people want to go back and watch it.
Listen, settle down. There's definitely going to be a 1 hot minute later in the evening.
Why would anybody try any kind of bile?
Why would
look, if we're going to start ascribing logic to Johnny Scoville.
Only a fool looks for logic in the chambers of the human heart. Walt Whitman.
Wow. I don't think that's Walt Whitman, but
I think that's what it says in the movie.
Is that what Aloysius said?
I think so. Aloysius.
Uh-oh. You heard it through the grapevine.
Uh-oh. What did you hear through the grapevine?
I heard it through the grapevine.
I heard through the grapevine. Okay, I heard through the grapevine, Sir Johnny wants to burn me with some blazing food challenges. We should talk about this. Listen, here's the thing.
Ooh, I love it.
You know what it is?
I freaking love Trilogies. Love it.
It isn't so much me. You got to understand that Blazing Foods, they sort of have a reputation, and his goal. In fact, we were talking about that today. Do you know how many people around the world, if you had a list of how many hours of cap cramps worldwide he's caused in the last 7 years? What? With the Death Nuts, the Death Nut 2.0, the 3.0, the Tubatera, the 2.0, the Tubatera 2.0, the crack balls.
Just the peanuts that they sell in the bags.
Oh, right.
The top of the food chain ones are hotter than hell.
But think about it, that's a Foy thing. It's a Blazing Food thing. I'm just, you know what? I'm just the messenger, man. Dang the messenger.
I'm all about shooting the messenger.
Oh,
I'm just saying. My daughter and son-in-law are flying to Texas on Friday. Those that pray for a safe journey. Can we put that up there? Toss the one in there. I absolutely pray for safe journeys. Mary Jones, happy to help.
Absolutely.
Happy to help. A lot of people that would as well.
My daughter's afraid of heights. You know what's interesting? I am too. But I'm more scared of 100 feet than I am 10,000. Weird that way.
David Robinette.
Robinette.
Looking good and green, David Robinette. I thank you. Several days of mine have been wrecked by blazing food.
Chad, boy, me too, a lot.
Yeah.
Here's what you guys don't understand. You please, for as many people who have been hurt by blazing food, I want you to think about something. The death nuts, who do you think he tried to practice those out on? I was the crash test dummy for all of those challenges, all of them. And as many challenges as you've seen, we've had 20 challenges that we were in development and scratched it for one reason or another. And all throughout the development, I was taking a beating. And there are times where I get in the car with him in the morning, we're getting ready to go to work. He's like, it's going to be an ugly one. I could tell. He'd be quiet. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, nothing. No, you're quiet. What are we doing? I'm like, you're going to burn me today, right? And he'd have this crazy idea. And I mean, like, oh, if you knew. And then one of the worst things we did was we were working on, and we're still working on, a anti-cap cramp product. So if you have cap cramps, you take this and it would eradicate the cramps. Well, we were working on that for a long time, and we got really close. I think we're going to.
Do you have any idea what that would be worth? Because if you would come to me when I was in a ball the other day,
I told that you'd make a deal with the devil. There's nothing you wouldn't do.
I've got this stuff that will make this go away. Take my wallet and my car.
Listen, here's the deal. We were working on. I'll tell you the full story a little bit when we're done. But we got to the point where I would be at like a 7 for my cramps. And dude, let me tell you, that's some exquisite cramps. Somebody else's emergency room. And I took some of the product we were making and I cut it to about a 3, from a 7 to a 3 almost immediately.
Yeah, that's worth
that. But here's the deal.
Hello, Liz Ferris. Good to see you.
Hey, Liz. Foy wanted to be a little bit more perfected. And my thought was this: if it's that good with somebody like me, if somebody just sort of has some cap cramps, they're just not used to it, and they're pumping the brakes really hard,
right?
It would get rid of it. But when we developed those, I had to go in there and purposefully eat super hot stuff on an empty stomach. You can't know what trepidation I'd have. I don't like cap cramps, and knowing that today I'm going to get some.
Cemetery, awesome. You've got 9.6 million pure evil, as in the fruits of the devil. What you need to do is fire some of that back right now. Burn yourself. And by burn yourself, I mean burn yourself. We were talking earlier. You know what you need? You need an endorphin dump. I'm not even lying. And you know what? You can get there with 9.6. I promise you.
Big time. That can get a village there.
And how?
Johnny, you're afraid of heights, but not eating the hottest peppers on earth. Amazing, man, you are.
You know what? Would that mean you're afraid of heights? I've hopped out of airplanes with you.
No, I said I'm far more concerned over 100 feet. 18,000 is nothing. For some reason, 100 is terrible.
Okay, yeah.
It's like stepping onto a relief map. Skydiving is not that big a deal, but 100 feet, it's frightening.
Yeah, it really is. Question. You're being sent to an island. You get one song, one movie, and one meal to have every day for life. What do you choose?
That sucks. A different game.
Okay, hold on. No. I can do this. Question. So I'm being sent to an island.
You get one song.
One song. One movie. All right, one song.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. The song is going to be In the Summertime by Mungo Jerry. Good. Island, right?
No, I got you.
The movie is going to be Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Good film.
Right?
Solid film.
And meal is going to be a 3x3 in and out with fries, animal style.
Oh,
pretty stout setup.
I feel like you went yard.
Right? Every day. I
feel like anything I say at this point.
A weekend, you'd be so pissed off. You'd be looking for bark to eat. You know,
things in the water to keep it come across impotent no matter where I go from here. I can't. He went too good. I don't know where to go from here. Okay, so look, let's see. Movie, Casablanca.
Oh,
if I only had one, that's the one I would have to take.
Pretty great.
Meal, believe it or not, I'd probably need to go with steak. I don't want to be on an island too long, so I'm going to steak my heart to death.
I'll do your intestines a favor.
And one song. And one song. I'm going to have to go with The Night Chicago Died, Paper Lace.
Really?
I know you're thinking, that's really and you know why I'm going to do this? For real?
Tell me.
Because every other jerk off I meet on the island is going to say, I got Stairway to Heaven. I'm going to go, yeah, do you know The Night Chicago Died, Paper Lace?
I'd like to amend my list. I've had a rethinking.
Or or Surfing Bird.
You thief! You rotten scumbag!
I knew he was going with it. I couldn't
let me have it.
couldn't.
You couldn't let me.
Look, this is the thing. If you're gonna set it up like that, like you put it on the T-ball. I knew where you were going. We share a brain. I'm not letting you steal it.
That's a bummer. I was gonna drop it perfectly too.
He was to everybody.
No, say because I don't know if you've heard.
Wait, were you not aware that the bird, the bird is the word? Yeah. Tommy Casablanca, my favorite movie. My aunt would be Dance Me to the End. Oh, I'm Larry Cohen.
If you could pick a song that would never be played again for all of humanity, for anybody, what would it be? Would you want to eradicate a song? Sure, I can tell you. I got a couple I'd like to get rid of.
Oh, I could think of a whole freaking list I'd like to get rid of. I know which one you'd take out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You blame me? Come on, dude.
No, I don't blame you. It sucks not having to have a conversation with him, though, because I am always right. I do always know what he's thinking.
Most of the time.
And usually there's not a lot going on. I want you to picture like a 40-watt light bulb, right? And maybe 3 of them, and one's going. You know what I mean? Like it comes on, but not really. It's the one you go.
Ian's got a great question. Which movie would be the most torturous for the rest of your life? I'll tell you which one it is. Avatar. Let me tell you something about that movie, Avatar. I've started that movie. Swear to God, this is the truth. I've started that movie 3 times. I have never got past 12 minutes.
Really?
If I got stuck on an island, I had to have that movie. I don't know what I do.
The Carberry in your head. I don't know what that is, but I don't want to hear it either. A 30-foot drop bothers me an awful lot more than a plate full of primatalis. What is something we said for that?
Here's the thing about the plate full of primatalis. You know you're going to get such a buzz from it. You are, man. You just are.
Sure. I ate the 2 little candies.
ZW. If you're on an island, sushi abounds. You just got to figure out how to catch those.
Right? Yeah. Sushi's there. You don't even have to order.
But Tom Hanks did it. If he can figure that out, I can. Whatever.
Would you bring the volleyball?
Wilson?
Yeah. I'm going with blow up doll. And look, I'm not. Don't get me wrong.
I know where you're going. You're going with the raft out of there.
Don't get me wrong. Yeah, but I figure if I got to have a friend, the ability to maybe ride that friend off the island wouldn't be such a bad idea. You know what I mean? Frank. What was his name? I said Franklin.
Rutland.
No, that was the name of the stupid ball.
Wilson.
Yeah, Wilson wasn't good for much.
No.
Getting sleepy. I have that effect on people. I'm not mad at you. We're boring. It is what it is. If it was me,
Raising Arizona would be torturous for me because I worked at Tower Records and it was time to play a movie. They would play that movie all the freaking time.
The doctor said her womb was a rocky place where a seed would find no purchase.
One of the great lines ever.
Excellent breakfast flakes, Miss McDonough. That movie, there's so many gems in Raising Arizona.
You know what? The other day when we did the top 100, Fargo didn't appear, and Fargo's got some great stuff in there.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's your friend there in the wood chipper. That's a good one. He was funny. How? I don't know. She was funny.
You know, she was great. She's so funny. Oh my gosh.
The whole thing. Those 2 girls. How do you mean funny? I don't know. You know, she's kind of funny. How? You know, in a funny way. That crap was great.
Here's the thing: you either like that humor or you don't. Remember Igor?
No ACDC.
Remember Igor in the 80s? He's like, we were watching Saturday Night Live, and he was all mad at us because he figured we were watching Saturday Night Live.
He says, "Get rid of Rocky 3."
Wow,
really? No Clubber Lane? No Mr. T? Pity the fool.
Like he was.
Come on, that was a solid film. I mean, it was passed over.
And 5, he says, and 5. Hey, Rocky 3 and 5.
Hold on. Can we get me on film with this? I don't know if this will work. Can we get me on film? I can't, can we?
I don't know.
Is there a way to?
No.
No?
You kind of got it. He was giving you the cat box routine.
I was burying what you just said in the cat box.
The cat box. Have you done that? Have you shown them the cat box routine?
I never have actually done it. I could probably tilt that.
It's a great routine. It's the cat box.
Every once in a while, you just have to cat box somebody, and it's nothing personal. Pink Floyd, Comfortably Numb would be my favorite. That's
a pretty solid movie, but as far as like, it's not what you want to just watch a whole lot. It's just heavy.
Yeah, he's saying for your son. He didn't say the wall. He said comfortably numb,
I got you.
as in the tune. You're already losing your game. We're an hour and 20 minutes in, dude.
25.
You need an energy drink?
No, I'm good.
I said
Do you want me- do you want me to
an
get one?
energy drink. Okay.
I got it.
All right. Yeah. Make that a 2-piece. You might not feel the need for Wilson on day one. Well, you make a good point. You do make a good point. But by a month in, you'll be painting a face on anything so you can talk to it. Well, once again, if I traded Wilson in for a inflatable doll, I could talk to my inflatable doll. I'm just Casablanca selling. Stargate Warlord, Never-Ending Story is an absolute classic. No argument from me on that one. That is an absolute classic, and I could watch that a lot and not get tired of it. Same with Princess Bride.
Great.
Of the two, I think I might prefer the Princess Bride just a wee bit more, but either way, I'm a fan. You could use more cowbell.
Yeah, I hear people.
Oh boy. I can't pick a song or a movie. I have too many, but I pick chicken cutlets. Really? David says Lost Boys, best movie. Where's Lady Fiona Crispin? Are you lurking, Fiona? Fiona is a big fan of Lost Boys. She uses it for about 9 different ringtones, I think. She gets a text and you hear, "You drank blood? What are you, crazy?"
Wait for a story. I had a boss once.
If I had said no, would you?
Yeah, I'm going anyway.
Okay.
I'm going in.
Checking.
I didn't want to ask.
No, I know.
I had this terrible boss named Shane. He was horrible. And I had his ringtone was Darth Vader. Dun, 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 dun. So one day, I was in his office. Somebody was late for work. And they said, he was, I'm going to call him in because they were running late. So he called my number by accident. And I'm in his office. He goes, "Oh man, I called your number by accident. I couldn't reach it quick enough." And the ringer went off. He went, "You have Darth Vader as my ringtone?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "That's mean." I said, "Come on, dude, it's pretty funny." Right?
Yeah.
He didn't think it was funny.
He never came around?
No, well, he never he's never with me he's never in my presence when he dialed when his number would ring because he was always somewhere else. You know what I mean? So when it rang in front of him, he's like, "Dude, you have your Darth Vader as a ringtone." It was funny.
Maximum Overdrive was my favorite movie for the longest time. There you go.
Blazing Saddles.
Always brought the cowbell to the Lifeboat. It's true. Cemetery 76 was the purveyor of cowbell.
Breaking out
for
the
Pirate
carbonated
Department.
crack, says Joel Lawson. Absolutely.
I'll have you know that technically what we do is we have just straight water put into these cans.
Why we lie to you?
Is it me? It's him. So you didn't like Gone with the Wind? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. You see this? ZW? I know every single line to that film.
That's a frequently quoted film around here.
That is a frequently quoted
It's
film around here.
there's some funny lines in there.
Yeah. I would love to quote some good ones, but I can't. Goonies is a great film.
I have a funny Goonies story, but I can't tell it now.
Who would win in a fight? Star Trek universe versus Star Wars. I am a fan of Star Trek in its original form. I am not a massive fan of the newer incarnations. I dig them, but there's a reason that's...
Well, you dig them for the historical reason. You dig them. I mean, they're carrying the torch, but really
Correct. The original to me is just...
Well, you know, growing up, every time we were in Long Island, that's all we did was watch that.
Yeah.
Shoot.
We had uncles who were Trekkies before there were Trekkies.
Oh, for real. That's a fact.
Honestly. Like the first Star Trek conventions ever they went to. And you're killing me, Smalls. I work out in a you can't call them wife beaters anymore, can you? What do they call those?
Tank tops.
There you go. I have a tank top I work out in that says "You're killing me," Smalls on it. I prefer next gen over the others by a mile.
Here's the
Okay.
deal. I appreciate. Hang on a minute. Let me see here.
No, you can't do that there, bro.
Why not?
Because that's this. I'm going through StreamYard, bro.
Oh.
So that's the
No,
kind
it
of
says
thing.
here. It's showing you that it was done.
Yeah, but it was done by somebody else. It wasn't done by you.
Ah.
I missed it apparently.
Thank you, Christy Caldwell. That's all right. That's why we gave you a chainsaw.
Right? Were they Tommy did or brother? What are they doing?
Indeed.
And they
I was gonna say, is that all you got? Really?
Well, I don't know what it was. So I'm
Good.
out of the great balls of fire. Oh, it was a Bridget? We had to get rid of a Bridget?
Sure did.
Oh, man. Usually not women that hate me. At least not until they get to
It
know
was
me.
it was just the name. I mean,
Oh. You shake my nerves and you rattle my brains.
why do bees have sticky hair? Because he's a honeycomb, says Balaki.
Oh, and it starts. My Dingaling. Great tune. When I was a little itty boy. Yeah, that was Berry, I believe. Do you know any of the Montauk boys? Or we don't speak of Fight Club.
I don't know about.
Fight Club. Oh, I do trust you. If you have a wrench in your hands, you have a wrench in your hand because I trust you.
Yeah, it's like on my channel. I've never ever, if they ever pull the trigger or cut.
Unforgiven's a great film. Sorry, Unforgiven is a great film. Favorite cut of steak, porterhouse, and I want it just a little this side of raw. You know, ideally, I really do like it. Very, very, very rare.
It's a great quote from Rosa Parks. I've learned over the years that when one's mind is made up, this diminishes fear.
That is a great quote.
You burned your bridges, man.
We're going to need a bigger lifeboat. I agree with you. That day's coming.
Can I tell you something? It's about to get. There's some changes coming. All good.
That's right. The Awaken's still mooing. You see, you get it. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is a great movie.
It is.
Can't whistle. The move should be here. He can knock that out.
Or wasn't he a whistler?
I question the mods, Johnny. Blue steak is my favorite cook. Yeah. Have you ever had those weird people come out and tell you they do this number? It's what the hell does that even mean?
I don't know. Let me tell you something.
Do you elbow them in the face?
You know,
give one of these.
You know, in America, it's difficult to get a steak the way you want it. I was in London and I said, they told me it was a great steak place. I said, I never get a steak the way I want it. In America, they said, well, how do you want it? I said, as rare as the law will allow. There ain't no law here. Yeah. You want it barely cooked, we'll barely cook it. So I had them just sear it on each side for like a minute on each side. That was it. And I'm telling you, when you came out, you put your fork on, just wiggled your fork, the whole steak would move. It was just a piece of raw meat, but it was so good. You know, I got into that. I went to visit Schimmel. I was visiting him, and he had gone to Canada and got a case of Bredor beer and filet mignon, and we were cooking it. It was wintertime. We went to put it in the oven to cook it, and we went to check on it, and the oven was broken. So he goes, dude, these are not going to cook. I'm like, get a fork, bro. We're just going to eat this stuff. And we ate it raw. And it was so good. It was just a great cut of meat, though. It was a great cut of meat. But that was the first time I was like, man, you know what? There's something about this raw meat. I know. I'm sorry.
Godfather, a crime story, love story, and good food. Oh, yeah.
It's a great movie. One of the best trilogies, actually.
I've seen animals hurt worse than that. Get up and walk away.
You said that.
All right. See what Mr. Wolf said. Tommy, you're on an island. No food except Stroming and 13 million medallions. What are you going to eat? Sand. Until my heart stops.
The first native he comes across. I hit him with a conch shell and start barbecuing that thing.
I promise you, the first red meat
I saw a meme that says, if you eat steak, if you like your steak with pink in it, you'll eat a person. That's what it said. If you eat a steak, you like your steak with pink in it, you'll eat a person.
It's just a matter of time, right? No, but I've always said, when people talk about the Donner Party, people are always doing the, oh, I don't know how they would have. I'd have been like, oh yeah, I don't have a problem with that at all. I need dude's left leg, right? I would have been the first dude out there. In fact, I'd have been like, you realize he's dead. That could be all bad, but that one over there is still kicking. Let's take that one out. Much safer. Right? We don't want to be eating dead meat. Jason P, thank you, my brother. You look great in green. Really do appreciate you. Alone to the night. Top Gun and Iron Eagle are good. Top Gun was an amazing film. You want an interesting piece of trivia?
Sure.
It's not really that interesting.
Let's hear it.
But I'm going to tell you anyway.
Let's hear it.
There's a guy in the film Top Gun.
Yes, there is.
Scientologist. Short feller.
Tommy Cruise. Blue guy.
You call him Tommy again.
He sawed off.
And I will smack you with a, yeah.
He's going through it right now. He knows he's.
So this guy, Tommy, Scientologist, not very tall, 5'3" or something.
He's little, man.
He's not a big man at all, although he towers over David Miscavige, which really tells you something. But he and I are born on the same day.
I'd like to get into an elevator with him, just scare him to death. Not even do anything to him, but just scare him.
Crane for now says, Tommy, watched STS for first time tonight. That was totally awesome. Pop to you as soon as you mentioned your 5-5 show. There's a reason for everything. Boy, there's a lot of truth to that. Man.
No doubt about it.
There's a lot of truth to that. Biz, has it been 4 months already?
Bizzle's a rock star.
Boy,
man.
time flies when you're having fun.
Martha Simmons, no judgment on y'all. I've been a vegetarian for 52 years, mostly vegan.
Good for you.
I have a friend who's vegan. It takes him like 7 hours to shop. Can't get anything at one place. Yeah, he has to drive. He has to hit like 5 different stores to get the things he needs for a week.
I never had escargot. I'd like to try it. You'd love it.
Oh man, is that
escargot is awesome.
The last time we had that, I had that with you.
Huge fan of it. Where were we?
In a restaurant, you, me, and Strickler. Remember that?
Yeah.
He said something. I don't know what he did. He bet us $100 we couldn't do 100 push-ups in a minute or without stopping.
Right, without stopping.
We both jumped out. We both were in a tie, dressed up in a super high-end restaurant. And we pumped out 100.
Yeah, I remember that.
Then he pulled his wallet out, peeled off 100 each. He goes, there you go.
Yeah.
That was fun. That was the last time I think I ate escargot.
Boy, it's really good too.
Wasn't it though? Oh, it's such a good thing.
Mine a bit off by almost 2 years, right? No, but that's because the memberships have only been around 10 months. That's as long as you can go. Tom Cruise used to live about a half a mile from my former in-laws. Really? I had no idea. Finish reading that. I'm blind as a bat, bro.
You're not blind. You just
I can't see.
Tom Cruise used to live about a half mile from my former in-laws. Used to see him at the Pavilion grocery store. Often you can wash your shoes with soles that had to be 4 inches. You can wash shoes with soles that had to be 4 inches. You know what? They as far as casting, they select people. Height's a huge factor. You'd be perfect, but man, you're 6'2". Sorry, dude. We need a short guy to make Tom feel better about himself.
I remember seeing his second wife.
Right.
She was on Letterman and she was talking about the divorce, and Letterman said, what's the has it been difficult to she goes, well, on the bright side I can wear heels again. I thought it was kind of cold-hearted.
I dated a girl that was 6 inches taller than me. I didn't give a rip. In fact, I thought it was awesome.
I remember seeing a picture back in the day of Kim Basinger walking across the street in New York holding hands with Prince.
He looked like a little kid.
He was in like 4 foot, like he didn't care. Like she was riding some very serious stilettos. And when Prince was there like this, holding her hand like this, looking like a mom walking a kid across the street to go to school. But they look good.
Oh my God, Broom is here, dude.
Everybody run. I'm good.
This is the first. Settle down. This is the first time. Everybody be calm. This is the first time Tommy's had a face-to-face interaction where Tom was here since the 13 million Scoville extract moment. You all right?
Yeah.
I think he's got a little PTSD about it.
Yeah.
He says in the thing is this should be a warning. There's no warning label on it. Personally,
they should hold Tommy.
Here's the deal, dude. He doesn't sell that. He was sending that to me because I'm a lunatic, and he knew that I'd probably give you some.
How kind of you. Good looking out. Appreciate you.
Rube is a great guy, dude. You'd love him.
How about this? I'll be back for this 10 to 12 hours from now. All right, Scooby with a doobie.
It will be here.
Frog legs taste like chicken.
No, it doesn't. It tastes like
Or
frog legs.
do chicken taste like
No,
frog?
here's the thing. They don't. To me, I love frog legs, man. I really do. They taste like. To me, it tastes like if you. It's almost like a cross between chicken and crawfish.
There's a good one.
Which one? Vacation.
I have a line from a movie, but Tommy can't play.
This one's mint. Not even a single bullet hole in it. It's a fine line.
It's a fine line. I hate to see it go.
There's a very funny Tom Cruise wearing elevator shoes. It says Dubious Maximus. There's a very funny picture of De Niro walking across the street. He's filming in a movie. So you're just seeing him. Like when you watch a movie, you're just seeing it from here up. Have you seen this picture?
I have seen the picture.
Everybody's normal, and he's got these shoes. He has got, when I tell you it's that high, it looks like
He's
a block
not
of
kidding.
wood.
He's not kidding.
It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. And he's looking like a bad guy. I was like, oh, man.
KD, they absolutely do taste like chicken.
I don't think they do. Well, alligator sure doesn't taste like chicken. Alligator,
I agree with you. You know, you can just eat chicken. It's easier. Ammonia kind of tastes. Maybe you got a bad batch. I never got any kind of ammonia.
On what?
Ammonia
on frog legs?
frog legs.
No, to me, it's almost like a salt, almost like a seafoody sort of it's almost like chicken, but if it had a little bit of a seafood flavor to it. That's what I get.
Alligator is fish chicken. That's chicken of the sea. Tuna.
You know what? I never had chicken feet. You know how you eat chicken? Do you know how to eat chicken feet?
There you go. It was my line. It was one of my lines in Funny Phone.
Do you know how to eat chicken feet? You ever see the feet of chickens?
I don't want to eat the feet.
But you've
of
seen
chicken.
them, right?
Yes.
You know how people eat them?
They deep fry them.
And then what do they do with them?
They eat them. Chew
How?
Them up, chew them up.
No, I didn't know either.
Is there some kind
No,
of
you
freaking ritual?
just the skin on the outside. You don't stick the whole thing and chew up the bone and junk.
You know.
No, I didn't know either.
So you were just necking them.
I
Like a
never
pop.
know. I've never eaten them. They scare me. I was with Tad. He's like, "Oh, they're great." I'm like, "How do you eat them, dude?" Because I didn't know. I've never spoke to anybody. I've seen them, but it's like a freak show. You don't know anybody who's ever bought them.
It's like
So,
a freak show.
No, so but when he told me
He's calling you a geek, like at a circus.
he's not here, what you gonna do?
One of the last flesh
love
I
that.
ate was rattlesnake in Arizona with my older brother in the desert. He would cook
The last flesh I ate, she says. I ate some rattlesnake myself also.
Mostly fat, little meat. Yeah. And yeah,
We gotta get off meat. Let's not talk about meat. Let's just kind
Get
of
off
steer it
meat.
away. Yeah.
just bring it back. So the year was
there was something I was-
1972. Go ahead.
There's something we needed to talk about.
I don't think he's right about this.
No, it is. I'm pretty sure there's something we needed to talk about.
Tad is the man, and chicken feet are great.
That is awesome. I've never done a chicken feet. I don't know if I think here's the thing. Now that I
You
know
love
how,
it.
now that I know how they're cooked, I think I would.
SG ate iguana in Honduras.
They call them tree chicken.
Here's the
They
real
call them
question.
tree chicken, dude. I'm serious.
I don't know whether or not to ask you what the hell you were doing in Honduras or what made you
It's
eat.
a game animal in Florida, dude. There's a video. There's a YouTuber.
Apparently, when it gets really cold,
No,
they
there's
fall out of
there's a
trees.
YouTuber that's got a blowgun with
Uh-huh.
with a fishing rod on it. He goes like this. He gets the lizard, then reels him in.
Stargate Warlord says, "I think I'll stick to my boring British food."
You know what? He nailed that. I've been there several times, and it's not exciting, but it's not.
I like
It's a little
turkey
bland.
ass. My butcher.
Mr. Wolf, are
back to
pickled
that,
feet
back to-
any good? They are.
Yeah, pickled pig feet are
I like
incredible.
turkey ass. My butcher makes me a alarmed bag of turkey ass.
Well, who hasn't had a big bag of turkey ass?
Well, listen, that old chestnut.
Old chestnut.
Our pickled pig feet ain't good.
They're
Oh
excellent.
man,
You really can't beat him. Papa Scoville was a big fan of that.
we're pretty adventurous because our old man was.
Yeah, he definitely was. Escargot are like chicken gizzards.
I don't think
with
so.
Heavy garlic instead of mustard and hot sauce.
I've never had that texture.
Yeah,
Escargot, like gizzards, is like eating an earlobe. It's like the cartilage of it. It's like chewing up an ear.
Yeah.
The flavor's great, but it's like, man, it's like I don't like the whole cartilage thing. Not a bit.
A horrible. They have a tough texture. There's no two ways about that. They have a tough texture, but yeah, I can, You can see that. It is. I mean, you can see that. So half of our family currently pregnant. Is the Pepper Apprentice still MIA? No, I'm sure he's somewhere.
Yeah, he's just MIA to me.
Ah,
No, he's definitely somewhere. I don't know what he's doing or where he's at. I don't know.
do you like pickled eggs? You know, I'm afraid to answer any questions like this without calling an attorney first, because I want to make sure that I'm not setting myself up for some BS long game that you're involved in. You know what I mean?
Are you that gunshot? You think that I'm in cahoots with them? We're setting this up through the chat?
Yeah, I can see that.
So how do you feel about pickled eggs?
I don't think I like them.
How do you know?
I don't.
Have you tried quail eggs?
Yeah, I don't like them.
Have you tried quail eggs?
I've had them on top of steak tartare about 1,000 times.
Is that the silly putty?
I said,
Oh,
I don't know if you guys have ever seen Family Guy. It's this cartoon on Fox. Funny as hell. If you've never seen it,
It's true.
check it out. Apparently came out about 24 years ago or so.
So we had the other day. Should we talk about the eggs? Yeah, I'm going to tell you. So then I'm sitting here with Tommy, and Chad comes over. We're going to do a video together. So Chad, me, and Tommy are in the back making a video. Mama Scoville's in here making egg salad. So we go. So we're outside, and I come in, and we just finished making the video. I walk in, and Chad has met my mom. But, really?
No, I don't.
I was like, really? Are you sure? So I walk in, and the whole place smells like egg salad. So my mom didn't say anything. I'm like, egg salad? We just made egg salad. That's why it smells like egg salad. You figured they would say something that no.
Saw no reason for that.
Not at all, man.
Oh, yeah.
I've had some amazing quail eggs, some spicy quail eggs that were I ate the whole jar in like 20 minutes. I'm not joking. A whole jar myself. It was only one this big. But I bet you there were 30 eggs in there.
Speaking of which, you know what I could eat right now?
What?
Pepperoncini.
Go do it. I'll cover for a bit.
You want to eat? You want me to bring the jar?
I can't see how that would be anything but a novel idea. It's a capital idea, sir. Well, it's your first 24-hour rodeo. Just call it. I can see it. Excuse me. Pickled herring. I barfed. And he says, let me tell you something. He can't hear us. There's some pickled fish in the fridge. I don't know. How you doing?
Where'd you just sit up?
Nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. Chad, my man Chad brought these by for Tommy. The day he brought these by, Tommy was on the floor with searing abdominal cramps. I come in, I give him Tommy. He's like, "What's that, dude?" I'm like, "They're pepperoncini. We love them." He goes, "No, what? Some hot crystal. Something's going to burn me. What's in there?"
Would you dissolve in it? I mean, because usually there's a setup of some kind involved. I'm like, let me check the seal. So if you go back 49 years.
Oh, come on.
49 years ago.
Pomfret.
49 years ago, my career in eating hot things started when my older brother, who was 8 at the time, sat on me and forced me to eat one of these.
Okay, there's 16 million Scoville crystals in there.
I'll kill you, dude.
No, there's not. I'm just kidding. Aren't these great, though?
And he's been doing it to me ever since.
What's wrong with you?
Nothing. I have a bottle of water, though. No, not that one. What the heck I do with it? You got to love pepperoncini, though. They're one of those
People,
snack
eat well, laugh often, love Nevada.
and stay frosty.
Thank you,
Pepperoncini.
Chad.
Pepperoncini are great.
Aren't they?
Yeah, thank you, Chad. And thank you for not having it spiked with 2 million.
I wish you could have seen his reaction, though, when I gave it to him. He's like, everybody does that. Like, Mom says to me, you lie to me a lot. I don't ever lie to her. No, I don't.
You just give her stuff that's way too hot, and then she bums out.
The last time I burned her was the ghost pepper soup, and it wasn't my fault. She stuck her finger in that.
You met Joe Walsh? Oh, come on.
You know what? Life's been good to me so far.
I love Joe Walsh.
You know what? If I was on the island, that might be. I thought about that for a moment.
Yeah.
That would be a great song to listen to every day.
Or that when the clock strikes, there's tea, right? Mac the Knife. That would not be a bad song for an island. When the shark bites.
Boy, Mazzetta
it's
does make some good
tea.
stuff.
What does?
Mazzetta, it's a good company.
Aniedo Mozetta. Frosty Bumpkin? Did someone say Frosty?
You're kidding me.
You. Well played. I saw Joe Walsh in concert once. He was so messed up he couldn't even sing. I've heard that story from other people in the past.
Tommy and I saw him. We were talking about that today too.
We were talking about that.
One of the. Should we? No,
Sure,
no.
absolutely. No, that's a great story.
We're going to this concert. I don't know how to tell this story.
You can have anything
Are you sure?
want at Alice's restaurant. Come on in, it's around the back. Just have
We were essentially, we're basically security for the concert.
I had a friend that ran concert security for very large shows.
So they would get us in and we'd be security for like 8 minutes and then we go watch the show. And that
Right.
was part of the deal. They knew that was what they were doing for us because we were friends. We knew
Right.
So we were going into the show. It was Joe Walsh, Melissa Etheridge warmed him up. And was
That's
that
right.
not an amazing
That
show?
was really a good concert.
One of the best concerts I've ever seen. It was my birthday. And we ended up, first we had to pretend that we were security guards for like 20 minutes, but then we ended up being in the front row center, which was just the most amazing thing. But right before we walked in, we're standing there in front of, 20 people?
Yeah.
The concert organizers standing there. And
I had a girl with me at the time that
this is like a scene. This is like a hard scene to even have you tell. It's like a bad scene from a movie.
yeah, I was sort of dating a girl and sort of not dating a girl. It's very complex. But anyway, this girl who was a model and not very, I don't know what the right word is.
Pomper.
So she goes and to get something out of her purse. I may have asked her for a cigarette. I don't remember what it is, but she managed to tip her purse over. And you can't think of a recreational drug that did not fall out of her purse.
We are both sober. You obviously know that, but it's important to tell you that anyway.
Yeah, at that time we were not, obviously, right?
There were
So-
things this long rolling away from her purse. There were pills everywhere, different size, there were capsules. And she hit the ground and as quick as she could started picking all the stuff up. I just stood there.
And she looked up at me and the concert organizer and I said, hey, that's a great way to meet your boss.
There you go. There you go.
I said, that person right there, that's your boss. And then, 10 strips of roofies and she just had every drug in the world on her and they all fell out at once.
And I wasn't helping her. I could have jumped down there and helped her. Wasn't going to do it.
Not me either.
Left her swinging in the
Good
breeze.
concert, though. What an amazing, amazing show that was.
Listen to this, man. This is true. You better back it up, man. Eagles came out and they opened with Hotel California.
They did.
Opened with that. I remember looking at it and just saying, imagine having a repertoire so hard that you could open with, because every other band in the world would close or something like that.
Yeah,
they
right.
did
That's your
one
encore.
after the other. They played every great song that the Eagles did together, every great song that Henley did, every great song that Glenn Fry, Joe Walsh, all of them.
It was absolutely bizarre. It really was. They just rattled them off almost like almost robotic.
You know, the
There
strange thing
wasn't
is,
a lot of time off.
they wouldn't. It was a place that normally would serve alcohol, and the Eagles said that it had to be dry. Remember that?
Yep.
And they announced that. And when he came out, Joe Walsh came out for the encore. This was the coolest thing. It was the last song they played. He had the styrofoam hat on, cowboy hat, big number. Made him look like he was this big.
Right.
It was the funniest thing in the world. He comes out
Or
and he did a solo, an instrumental of "Amazing Grace." But before he started playing, he said, "I want to thank God thank you all for coming. Thank God for music. Because if it weren't for music, what would a bum like me do?"
Right.
And he played "Amazing Grace," and that was like one of the most amazing. That was so epic.
yeah,
Thank
that
you
was
for that. That was a good birthday present.
yeah, it was, wasn't it? I called and said I got tickets for you. I got everything. I was a good brother that weekend. Not always a good brother, but I was a pretty good brother that weekend.
Of course, fast forward a couple of years on my birthday, you destroyed my car. I had that coming though.
And how? That really was your fault, that one. I'm sorry.
I know.
Foreigner, Aerosmith, Def Leppard, Motley Crue, and Poison. Stop it.
That's pretty crazy.
Boy, that is the 1980s
Shut up.
powerhouse.
Martha's got a sister that is just way too bloody cool. She was 8 or 9 and took her to see Janis Joplin when she was babysitting when her parents went out.
Shut up.
That's a sister. You got to be
I
kidding
truly
me.
regret not taking the I am so sorry. You had a chance to see Ray and didn't. Wow.
Way to rub it in. Sorry.
Jeez. Damn, dude. You had a chance. I told you that story. Yeah, 25 years. Now I'm ready to kill myself. I got 43 months. 25 years. I'm like, hey man, let the kid go.
Bizzle never got a chance to go.
Well, you never know, right?
We might do a concert just for you, Bizzle,
Right.
me and Tommy.
Look, don't start. Don't. I couldn't possibly be.
Oh, okay.
No, I can't. 20 hours in. 20 hours in. I picked Neil Diamond over Yes. I'll tell you something. That's a bitch of a choice right there.
What?
Don't make that like that's an easy choice.
Neil Diamond?
Yeah, he said he picked Neil Diamond over Yes. That's a hard choice. I think I'd have gone with Neil Diamond. I'm a fan.
Over Yes?
Yeah. Huge Neil Diamond fan. Huge Neil Diamond fan. I mean, Sweet Caroline alone. Come on. Yeah, I'd have done that. I really might have anyway. It would be really hard. That's a tough choice.
No, it's not.
No, because you're not a Neil Diamond fan. Right?
Which makes it a wicked easy choice.
Right. Well, I'm a huge Neil Diamond fan.
I'd still go with Yes. Yes is a super band. Super group. Totally.
I'm truthfully and honestly thinking about yanking that freaking thing off your chin. I just want to take it and run across the room with it. Just saying. You should do a major Johnny Had issue session for the beginning of the 24-hour thing. Then we can live with you in the aftermath. Well, thank you, you sick bastard. Let's crank Johnny up, and then we can watch him hurt for the rest of the 24 hours. I like the way you think. If Joe Walsh and John Belushi caused $23,000 worth of hotel damage in one night. Wow.
It's a chunk of money, 23 grand.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. I'd like to see what I'm capable of. You know what I mean? I've never really been turned loose. I think I could beat that. You know, I'm fairly abusive. But I've heard the story. There's a really great interview that they do with Walsh where he used to talk about bringing a chainsaw with him everywhere they went so that if they couldn't get adjoining rooms, he would just make them. True story. I can play you the clip. Why do so many guys love the song Out of Africa so much? Is that Toto?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's the line, sure as Kilimanjaro rises like a leprous above the Serengeti. There's something about that just
brings out the explorer, our internal explorer.
I don't know. That song's always cracked me up, but I do love the song. I don't know.
I had a friend in college. Ready for this? I had a friend in college who told a girl he was dating that he wrote that song. He was playing it. He learned how to play it. He was playing it with her. Like he thinks she'd ever maybe hear it on the radio. He told her that he wrote that song.
Where do people come up with that?
Oh, but then he got caught. It was on the radio, and then he got caught. Actually, it was the second time he had done that with a different song with a different girl.
Yes, Tony, I have. I've eaten acid in Vegas a few times. That used to be a go-to kind of a thing for me in places like that. And then I don't know, later on, I got to a point where I treated trip drugs a little different.
We did it once in
Weezer remade Africa and did a pretty good job on
Disney.
It. Oh, I sparked hard on Disney.
When the wall started talking to us?
Sure, I do.
But it really did. They were having one on us.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We were there with our wives.
Can anyone name another Toto song? Absolutely. Give me a second. Rosanna.
Yeah. Boy, you know what?
Booyah.
Pretty strong right there.
We're pretty strong. M. Watkins came here from STS.
Good to see you, M.
Pleasure,
Watkins.
pleasure to have you here.
Oh, Bill Kraft means this as a compliment. Are you preparing yourself? Girding your loins?
I don't know.
'Cause
Perhaps he's already left the compliment. Could that be?
Oh no, he's got the comma. It's coming. No, it's coming. He wants to get ready. Here it comes.
Okay. So this is.
Oh,
a
here
lot
come.
for
I think
Logan.
you just did it. New comment here.
Could it be?
Oh yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah. See.
No, yeah, I'm still waiting for it.
Roseanne,
Ian DeBow is impressed.
All I want to do when I wake up in the morning is sing. Roseanne, Roseanne. Great tune. I don't think the band got as much credit as they deserved. I was a fan. I was a fan of Toto. And I think that
I
if you
never
name
was.
yourself-
It was not. I was never a fan of Toto.
No.
No.
How about
No.
Asia?
Yeah, loved Asia.
Great
I
album.
can play some of your stuff. It's a great album.
cover. I smoked a joint with Willie Nelson on his tour bus back in the 90s. I understand the Toby Keith song.
Oh, here we go. This is what he said. He meant
You're
this
not
as
that right.
stop it. He meant this as a compliment. He said that I'm the Michael Scott of pepper eating.
Oh, there you go.
Wow.
There you go.
I don't know how to feel about that.
You know what's funny? Cheryl Niles says, Captain, you have a great memory. I mean, wow. I did. I had a bizarre memory. I
have a weird one.
Yeah. I think we were both born with memories that were far better than most. Sadly, we damaged the crap out of ourselves. An 800-person venue. It's a small prison. Doesn't he own a ranch with a weed farm? You can't prove that. Are we talking about Willie Nelson? Who are we talking about?
Saw Willie Nelson.
Chicago does rock.
I saw Willie Nelson with John Mellencamp and Bob Dylan, the Minor Stadium tour. Went to a minor stadium in Rhode Island. It was 6 hours, 6 hours of music, 2 hours per each. And Dylan opened them up, and the first song he played was "It Ain't Me, Babe." I almost had a stroke.
Wow, really?
Oh man, I couldn't believe it. Listen, it was amazing.
Yeah, I can see that.
What is the next challenge? Today, you're looking at it, Tim. We're going till it's 24 hours straight.
Well, there's that whole 24 hours thing.
And that really is. It's not a challenge now. I feel great. I'm fresh.
Oh yeah. Right now it feels like a joke. We got two into it, right? There's almost. I mean, this is just like ringing the bell. But I would imagine at around 18 to 20. Really, Cheryl? I did not know this. She says, I read an article that they're doing stem cell research somewhere in Scottsdale to reverse damage from addiction. Then I should be in that freaking study. I mean, you want to talk about some damage from addiction? Life has many ways of testing a person's will.
By either having nothing happen at all or having everything happen at once.
Paul Coyle.
Wow.
That's a great author.
You know what? Though?
Unbelievable freaking author. And yay, though, you're starting to learn if you're touching the correct screen.
Shut up.
It only took you 45 tries.
See that?
Pretty impressive.
You're just not. You have a mean streak in you. You're not a nice person.
Lab rats. About the fourth time they hit that feeder bar.
You're not a nice person.
Ooh, I look just like Buddy Holly. Gonna lurk.
A riff from Cashmere.
Monitor
Boy, right? What a great song that.
Never heard of him. Is this a telethon? If it is, I hope Johnny's agent lost it.
Gets him to wear a puffy shirt.
A pirate shirt. It's funny that you say that. We've been trying to work out the puffy pirate thing shirt now for a hot minute. Such a great episode.
I remember back in the day, 5-6 years ago, Johnny was a machine with his 24 hours.
Yeah, then he got old.
There's a reputation. What?
Then he got old.
I'll tell you what, though, it's damaging, man. It's going to take its toll on you.
Shaw.
Yeah, you say that now.
Willie Nelson cannot sing. Now here, listen to me. That's not fair. Here's what it is, though. If you want to sing like Willie Nelson, it's like your nose being stuffed up over the weekend, right?
Well, here's the other thing.
No, it's like, this one. It's got that nasal thing that goes like that, and you get that.
Here's the thing, though. How about Jerry Garcia's voice? I mean, talk about a voice that nobody would like. The songs that he sang, nobody else. I mean, I get what you're saying, but
Was that the same Rhode Island show? No, I think that would have been. Did you see him with Papa John Creech?
No, I did not. Maybe 1977. No, this was. I saw them.
A little later in life.
That was with Rosenheimer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
So that was maybe a dozen years ago.
Joan and Mitchie were getting kind of itchy. Leave the folk music behind. Oh, and anywhere. All right. Blue eyes crying in the rain. Giggity. Giggity. So I went to the doctor today. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. So,
You have another appointment.
yeah, I do. I do have another appointment.
There was something that we needed to talk about.
Are you sure of this?
Yeah, no, I'm absolutely. It was significant.
Because this doesn't
No,
sound like
it was
something,
significant. Stop it.
really doesn't sound like something that I would do. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Have I seen Willie Nelson's famous guitar? I play so much of his whole song. I have.
I have. He
To Martin.
and where he strums the thing is
You know
what he's
what?
talking about is like, you got a call?
Yeah, I
Take
do.
it.
I'll be right back.
Where he strums the thing. So usually they have a, what do they call it? Pick guard or whatever. So as where he strums through there with his pick has literally like busted a hole in the guitar that's massive. Like I look at the thing and I think to myself, there's no chance in hell that guitar is going to sound the way it should. Because it's basically like having another opening in the guitar for sound, right? So,
Okay.
Dock of the Bay is a beautiful
Hey,
song.
I don't know if this is cool. Wait, I gotta show you something. Are you ready?
You're starting to, yeah. What do we got? Shut up.
Look at that. Like 7 pounds something.
Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, I can't see his hands, but look at, he's got a full head of hair apparently. Can we show him? Or is that not cool?
I don't know. You can show it like that. I mean, so apparently my family just got,
We have a new baby. This just happened. Look at that little guy.
this is my, so this would
Our
be my,
niece's child. So it's our
grand nephew.
I was told there would be no generational stuff. Let me tell you what it says here. He
You know what this means, people?
this is exciting. Okay, his name is Luca. 8 pounds, lots of dark hair.
Well, we're going to Phoenix. We've been waiting on this thing for literally a month. We're
You sure?
We have to. I told her I'd be there. So we're going to have to pick this back up. I mean, I have to go to. I have not made one baby birth in 16 years.
Yeah.
I have been incarcerated for every single baby that has been born for the last 16 years of my life. I think it would probably be really bad form if I didn't make this one, especially since I happen to be her favorite uncle.
All right. Well, so how? Hey, somebody
look. I think it would just be really bad form to not.
No, it would be. We have 2 hours in. We'll owe you the rest. I promise you, I'm good for it.
No, we'll all do the entire 24. But this road trip, see, Lady J gets it, and we'll probably broadcast from the road. So be standing by.
All right.
But I really am going to do this. Yeah, I have to. This is my. And I would not call her my favorite niece because I have several favorite
What do you
nieces.
think of Luca? His brother's
love
name
it.
is Enzo. I think Enzo is such a great name.
I need to do.
All right, guys. Love you guys a lot. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's a wrap. I can't. We got to go for real. But I'll broadcast.